If you are able, and welcome Aditi Shri to perform the USA National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over the ramparts we watched, we're so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
Aditi Shri is the singer there with her rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. Welcome in, everybody. It's finals time. It is the time when all teams want to be at their best. It's qualifier number one. The San Francisco Unicorns taking on the Los Angeles Knight Riders, coming to you from the Oakland Coliseum. SFU, powerful side, really good in how they've gone about things this season, brimming with talent, so aggressive in the way that they go about things, particularly with the batting. And they come up against the Los Angeles Knight Riders, who for the first time are in the playoffs in Cognizant Major League Cricket. Now look at their side, forced change in that Ali Khan can't make the team because of his split webbing. Unfortunate for him, because these are the times and these are the games in which you want to play. Powerful, experienced, much talent as well. The players of the USA are the ones you want to look at, actually. Trump, Badar, Hamilton, Van Schalkwyk and LaRue. What can they do? LaRue coming in to ensure that the bowling goes okay. What can they put up as a total, though? That's the question. In this, a first game in the day, we have a double header to start finals week. A look at San Francisco Unicorns. Luhandre Pretorius has been quite fantastic to watch. Finn Allen, we know of his brutality and he's shown glimpses of that, even if inconsistent. And Matt Short has led them brilliantly, ball in hand, but also from his captaincy and with bat in hand. Krishnamurti, Hassan, Hamad, Pouch, Mudassar. We're looking at them. Why? Because this is Cognizant Major League Cricket, and we want to see how well the US players go. Hopefully, it is they that do lead their sides to the victories. The two men out in the middle, there they go. They want to be inconspicuous with their work. They've been pretty good through the tournament, and it's been good that the officiating has gone well in terms of their results. Very few of their decisions overturned and wrong, and so the players will be happy about that. That's what they're playing for, wanting the opportunity to fight for it in the final proper. Colin Monroe, Andre Fletcher together, very experienced, lots of matches between the two, lots of finals between the two, and so this a moment they'll be accustomed to, yet still there'll be those butterflies that are not quite flying in formation as they try to get themselves started. They've done a good job of putting on runs in the power play, preserving wickets in the power play, and setting up this base for the Los Angeles Knight Riders, hence their successful season in comparison to what's gone before in Cognizant Major League Cricket. X-Man will start things off. Xavier Bartlett will look to try and swing it, see whether it does swing early on. Alongside is Liam Plunkett, who will be orange today, I assume. How are you, Liam?
Hello, Pommy. Not so much, not too biased, but I'm excited to watch this. Obviously, two teams with a lot of talent. It's going to be interesting to see how this pitch plays. Bartlett looking to run up, smash that pitch. We know there's a little bit variable bounce, so let's see how this goes against two batsmen who have had some runs in this competition.
A good record this season, just 7.25. And yes, there have been pitches that have allowed for the bowlers to dominate. Still have to use them well and be in the right areas. And he, by and large, has done that. Right, away we go. Qualifier number 1 coming to you from Oakland.
Seam ball up, always get a bit of swing early. Balls from a high position. He's probably trying to hit Monroe on the pad or get bowled, but a good signs. Bit of shape in the air, Pommy.
As bowlers generally need something to turn up, and what you'll find are good pitches. We're all very interested to see how this pitch plays this time around. It's coming around again in the tournament, having been here before. Yep, there's that shape again, just taking it off the middle of the bat to the edge.
Looking at that wicket, it looks a bit dry, but I don't think it's too dry. A little bit of patches of grass, but I said earlier on the pre-show, it's as a bowler, you're still trying to hit top of stumps. It doesn't matter where the grass is, you're still trying to smash the stumps.
Yeah, walking into that one, and a little bit of shape takes it to the inside edge. Unfortunately, not onto the stumps. Depending which way you look at it, you might say unfortunately. Off the mark and away.
Interesting when they played here in the previous week, the wicket was a little bit slow. So as the batter's mindset, how are you going to play on this pitch? Are you going to treat it as a new wicket? It's had a bit of time to breathe, grow, rolled, or do you go in there and think similar to last pitch? So that's the mindset shift. You've got to still be positive here. You still got to hit the ball from the length that you normally hit, but maybe just think, take our time slightly.
Weather itself is also different, and so expectation is that there would be a difference. I continually go on about the elements and what it is that's going on in terms of the atmosphere and the pitch itself. Easier swing when it's a right-hander, easier for the action, for the body, for the right-handed bowler. More shape that time, and angles, all of that come into play. What they've done well, Los Angeles Knight Riders, is preserve wickets in the power play. Managed to kind of circumspectly go about their work and being sufficiently aggressive. They lose the fewest wickets, 0.9 per power play. So 1 wicket per power play during this season. You might look at that and go, oh, well, how quickly do they go? Well, they're the second slowest, but it served them well in the latter part of the game, and it's been the way to play this season.
Absolutely. What that does, it gives the guys in the back order with power more freedom to swing, to get more runs, hopefully.
He'll sneak a single because of the misfield. 3 off the first without loss.
Oakland Coliseum. Such a beautiful stadium. So much history here, from the dressing rooms walking out to the field. And obviously we're looking at that scene there. It's so beautiful to be here. Look at the LA Knight Riders lineup. We've got the up top, the guys who've been going well, but the power that's in that back end is crazy.
Opening the bowling at the Oakland Hills Stand, captain number 2, Matt Short.
Wonderful day for it. Great weather. San Francisco Bay Area. Exactly what we'd like. In times past when we've come here, it's been chilly. Chill in the air, cold pitch. Here is Matt Short, who's been so successful in the power play. Shot. Oh, wow. Colin Monroe calling on his hockey skills.
Outstanding shot. He's not a mystery spinner, but he's been outstanding this year, has Short. One way to navigate that, reverse sweep, smoke the ball for 4. Outstanding shot. Hockey hands, as you would say. Promising for Monroe.
That's the full switch that time without necessarily changing the hands. Turned right around and played him like a right-hander. Really good shot. And it says over to you, Mr. Short. Well under pressure straight away.
From that delivery, looks like he's just sticking in the pitch a little bit. So sweeping's not a bad option. Normal sweep, reverse sweep, switch hit might be the key to getting a few runs against Short.
Risk early and then work into the over. Monroe. Look at the remitly leading wicket takers. The Bartman, he's gone. Side didn't make it. Him, Stoinis just deep, all gone. And Russell in there playing today, as is Matt Short. 16 wickets. Goals again in the power play.
Spinners do up top is get through the ball so quickly. As a batsman, you look up and it's coming down at you. Just keep squeezing through.
Gone for the big one. There's a man out there. He can only watch as it sails over the boundary. Top work by the Spiceman.
What it doesn't need to be here is a massive hit to go for 6. He got enough of that with the spin and it clears over the ropes. With the wind, 68 metres, not huge, but it's 6 runs, Pommy, and they'll take it.
A feature here, the 6 hitting. More 6s than 4s. Oh, that's gone straight up. Matt Short calls it and takes it. And once again, he gets a breakthrough. So good through the season in the power play. The skipper leading from the front.
To your point, Pommy, this is what he's been so good at. Maybe just like didn't try to spin it too much. Fletcher's tried to go with the spin. It doesn't spin. It gets a little bit of bounce, which makes the ball go up through the chimney. Straight up, caught and bowled. Sun's in his eyes. He's got his sunglasses on, but takes the catch comfortably. A great start for the Unicorns and a big wicket. Andre Fletcher goes for 7, and the Knight Riders are 14 for 1.
14 for 1, the Los Angeles Knight Riders. And in comes Andre Russell, whose promotion to number 3 has by and large worked. He's been aggressive in the power play, such a powerful striker, and for all of his career really has been one to come in at the back end to do that damage then. But it has served him well, him trying to do it up at the front. Here's Brody Couch.
Yeah, to your point, Andre Russell's so powerful, but he's been more dominant with the ball this year. He's just looking at Andre Russell's Fletcher's wicket again. Tried to go into like a deep mid-wicket, and the ball just pops up, bit of bounce, and he gets a top edge. That was a nice catch by Matt Short.
Excellent work with the hand to shield from the sun. Even though he's got the sunnies, it's middle of the day, so it's up there, and he's got to get himself into the position that allows him to see the ball. Oh, just short.
Sticking in the pitch. Looking at that advance down, didn't quite get to it, but also didn't come onto the bat, which was kind of a mishit, but thankfully it was a mishit that went short of the fielder and didn't result in a wicket. Good start from Couch, who's smacking the pitch nice and hard here.
Continual assessment here off the surface and just what they need to do early on. How many they should be aiming for. Look at the VTEC's leading run scorers. How good has Alejandro Pretorius been? Great to watch. And so young, 20 years old. Top of the pops.
Nice and simple by Couch here, just hammering away at that length. Looking at match 30, this is Munro's 62 against the Super Kings. Strong on that leg side, strong at sitting back and whacking it straight. Very talented batsman with lots of experience. He's in good form, and the Knight Riders will need him to come to the party today on this slow wicket for me.
His assessment of conditions, having played just about everywhere, is what's going to be critical.
Pretorius, Munro, the guys who've scored runs have scored runs at every venue. It's like how they adapt to that wicket. They don't just going to go out there and smoke it from ball one. Sometimes they need to take the time, ones and twos, and then the runs will come to the back end. So the guys who've scored the most runs have adapted the best.
This move by LAKR to have Russell at 3 is one that they're quite happy with. 600th T20 match for him, and as I say, he's a finisher but also a floater in the batting lineup. This is a 4th straight outing at number 3, and crazily it's the longest uninterrupted stretch of his career with regard to position, because so often he'll come in early and he'll come in later, just according to situation, because he has that power and he's used that way. 3 done, 15 for 1.
One of the greatest to ever play T20 cricket, Andre Russell. Look how beautiful this is. The Bay, what a beautiful place. Looking at the Unicorns team with Pretorius leading run scorer, Allen, who's the powerhouse. Now she got Short, the captain, but the USA players following up. Looking good for the Unicorns. I'm biased, but I think it's such a strong team.
Change of bowler, right arm over. Colin.
Looks absolutely brilliant. Looks a day to be on the water, actually. Great big vessel.
I was waiting to see how quick Ralph was going to come on, especially against Russell. Going to bowl speed of light, a few short balls, try and unsettle him. This is the matchup I was excited for at the start of the game.
Just how he goes on the pitch, being slower. sits up. Sure if he took pace off that first one, actually. Just looking outside, looking at him running in at us, trying to pick it like the batter would.
Yeah, but even the reaction of Munro there, he said he spoke to Andre Russell after that ball to say the ball was bouncing a little bit, stuck in the wicket. So communication early is key for a good run total.
The success of Short, something we might have kind of looked at in the course of the season. It's his turn that he gets, more turn for that one, but also more bounce. And he's a tall lad, so 6'2", 6'3", and so his trajectory is really good. And what he does really well is control his length. Many of the batters have not been able to get down to him to use their feet to try and hit him back over his head. It's been so good for them.
I think over time he was known, obviously, as a batter who would score runs, but I think he's made himself such a powerful bowler. That's why he's like MVP of the Big Bash for a couple of times, because he reads the batters so well, him being a batter himself. In terms of the flight, the pace, the bounce, is such an attribute as a captain, as a cricketer for the team.
Remitly speedy delivery. Never too far away from one. Harris Ralph. That's why he's in. He's looking to try and put the heat on the bowlers. They've reacted early.
Yeah, that's not a super slow delivery, but I think he has took pace off it as a fast cutter. Looking at Andre Russell here, dangerous with bat and ball. His 40 off 18, match 26 versus the Unicorns. We know how deadly and how quick he can score runs against any team in the world. Powerful man who scores fast.
Russell the muscle. Take a single. Yeah, tough going here for the batting side. Good bowling. They've made sure that they're right on those stumps, and lengths have been generally quite good. No easy step hits to hit over the infield. Look at the head-to-head, and it's been squared up this season by LAKR.
This surface is so different, this field is different because there's not many twos. It's either a single or a boundary. So quickly it can go from 4 overs to not many to have 3 overs with many runs on the board because the boundaries are so short.
Yeah, I'll say again, 6 hitting ground. More 6s than 4s. So far, it's an accumulation story. 18 for 1 after 4.
Who runs from well first? LAKR 18 for the loss of 1 through 4. Bowling change at the very end into the Unicorn attack number 49. Cognizant.
Very cautious start for the Knight Riders. Seen this throughout the season with the 5 different legs where sides have just started a little carefully as they adjust to the new surroundings. And it's no different again as we move into the postseason here. Now an appeal from Pretorius and a delayed one from the bowler Mudassar, who's just come into the attack, but Captain Short, after a bit of a think, says no thank you very much, as I say good afternoon to Robin Atapa.
Afternoon, Andrew. So, slightly different wicket than we've played at the Grand Prairie. It's a little slow, so it's understandable that the Knight Riders have chosen to be a little bit more circumspect.
fortune here. It will get to the rope, not where Monroe intended it, but valuable runs nonetheless. Maybe coming off the glove, looping over the head of the keeper.
Yep. Again, held in the wicket just a little bit. And they're trying to accommodate for that lack of pace and that holding in the wicket here. Both Colin Munro and Andre Russell try to get under it, but the ball didn't really come on to him. So he's lucky to have gotten it over Pretorius's head. Dasar has been a good cog in the wheel for the Unicorns.
Really good stroke. All the fielders up on the offside, so he exploits the fielding restrictions up and over their heads and races for 4.
This is a good shot. Backing away, knowing fully well that Mudassar will hit more back of a length on a wicket that's sitting up a little bit. You know that you can wait, hang on the back foot and actually hit it over the offside, which is exactly what he has done. Good cricket this from Colin Munro.
This goes straight up, but the boundary to that corner is not very far. It may well go all the way. We're going to have a check of this. Umpire Chris Taylor would like another look. Could be the first maximum or the second one. Let's have a look here.
It has gone all the way, if my eyes are still young enough. Again, a clever shot, innovation at its best, putting pressure. Yeah, just about. Eyes are still fine, good to go.
Yeah, very clever little counter punch here from Colin Munro, who was so impactful in the last group game that ensured the Knight Riders' place here in the first v second game that gives both of these two sides 2 chances at the grand final on Saturday. What do you call that shot? Outstanding. Taking a real liking to Mudassar. Back-to-back maximums, this one, straight down the ground.
Batting as clever as it can be. First ball, backed away, punched it over, covers for 4. Second one, backed away again, followed by the bowler, bowled a full ball, ramped it over, fine leg for 6. Third ball, knew it would be more, slightly good length. Off cutter it was, stepped out and pumped it over long off for 6. Very clever batting. The experience coming to the fore from Colin Munro.
No, the call from Russell, but a brilliant over. They've over doubled their score in it. 20 come from it. 38 for 1.
20 run over all off the bat of Colin Munro. And they are more than double their score, 38 for 1. Cricket fans, let's take a look at the
This is the thing about experience, Lenny. You can play in any circumstance, any situation, but once the experience comes to the fore, you know you can make up for the overs that you've lost in the past.
Change of bowler.
Well, what a difference to those really tight early overs. Much more like it for the Knight Riders. Always going to take a certain amount of adjustment coming from Grand Prairie to here in Oakland. That's why both captains are very clear in their communication. They wanted to bowl first. Unicorns, the lucky ones who won the toss, and Short will now call upon Xavier Bartlett. A change of ends for him.
Yeah, this is an interesting wicket. You know, it's going to be very interesting to see how Russell goes about his business here. Slipped to the non-strikers in order to push for 2. This one, the previous over, hanging in the wicket, so he backed away the first ball. 4 runs, moved in away again, followed by the bowler, scooped it over, fine leg for 6. And this one again stepped out, knew fully well that there was a variation from Mudassar, that is the off cutter, and he's bowled it quite often through the Cognizant MLC. They bowled that next. And then the last ball, look to get a single, try and maximize the over. You almost have to hang back on this wicket here, Lenny, for you to be able to score runs.
I think the final shot of that package of 4 boundaries was by a distance the best stroke. Biggest part of the ground, straight down it, soared over the rope. Munro has found some really good form. Thought he played so well in that innings in the last game up in Grand Prairie. 62 he made and completely dominated that opening partnership with Andre Fletcher as they got past the Super Kings by 6 wickets to make sure they were here.
The good thing about someone like Munro is that once he gets set, he doesn't give it up that easy.
But in Xavier Bartlett, they've a real asset, the Unicorns. He started very brightly the first over of the day.
Yeah, he bowls the right areas. And the first over of the day, you obviously have to be slightly more circumspect. Colin Munro did try to take the attack on. The ball was holding in the wicket a little bit. So read the wicket while they were batting there. Assessed what you can do in these conditions. Give themselves a little bit of time. And then once they got set, now you know Colin Munro will be looking to hang on the back foot to score the attacking runs. But if it's pitched up, he'll look to rotate the strike.
This goes straight up, long off, goes back and puts it down and going to hit the rope. It's Finn Allen. The mid-off fielder had a real chance on making a play on this. It seemed to hang in the air for an eternity. Not able to rein it in, and it will be a boundary.
A high-risk shot that. You saw Finn Allen not wearing sunglasses as well, so makes a difference, I think, in these kind of conditions. Again, sitting up the ball, and that's why he had a hit across the ball. Wasn't able to judge the ball, was Finn Allen, and just kissed the rope while he was trying to get it back.
Really clever batting, gets the boundary, takes the strike, gets the quick single.
Yeah, on this wicket, this is a very good start. 46 for 1. Still a ball to go on the power play. Got 8 runs of the over already, and you want Russell to bat there. As long as Russell's batting there, the bowler's always going to feel a little bit of heat because he can come off at any point in time.
On this one here, something that's hard to get across if you're not at the ground, Robin. That stand at the far end is so tall and overbearing, overpowering. It'll give you real vertigo if you're anyway up towards it. Difficult to judge the depth. Will Russell get back for the second is the question. He should, yes. And that's altogether not a bad power play at all for the Knight Riders. They'll take it. End of 6. It's 48 for 1. Five bowlers used thus far. As we get a look at the attack. Just the one over a spin. Brodie Couch has started brightly, so he'll be called upon again. He's featured in the pre-match build-up, the American speedster. He's really got that radar moving at points throughout the season. Here he comes for his second.
He's been so impressive as Brodie Couch, this Cognizant MLC. He's grown from strength to strength. He's improved with every match. He's taken the ownership. He's also won a match with his bat. So you can see this youngster growing in confidence, and it just makes it really exciting to think about all the talent that is actually present in America at the moment.
The American players having a big impact again this season. Bowlers have actually already taken more wickets this year, those domestically qualified, than they did for all of last year. So that's with 4 games remaining. Very much having an impact again at MLC. That is laced through the offside. Opens up that front leg, brings the 50 up in real style. Russell the muscle.
When Russell muscles it, don't bother looking or trying to chase the ball. Bowled 145 clicks, but he got low, and bang she went. There was no stopping her. Yo, listen to the sound of that off the bat. It's an absolute beauty.
I do love that aspect of the Coliseum, that amphitheatre effect, the way that the ping of the bat echoes around the ground, particularly when someone like Muscle Russell strikes it so well. 90 miles an hour too, rapid from Couch. This time, no contact at all. How's this missed?
It's been a good power play for the Knight Riders. Used their experience really well and done really well on a wicket that stops quite a bit. Short doing his thing with the new ball, getting a wicket. But Colin Munro on the back end did his thing.
Yeah, and that part of the Lexus power play there, Robin, really was the one in which they shifted gears and moved, started to take a dominant position. I think they're well set here.
And that was quick as well. Pulling some wheels. Innovation at its best. Colin Munro backing away. And this is what he's doing with his experience. Just kind of reading the wicket and playing according to the conditions. It's some really clean shots. Set now.
Certainly a really tough chance, the one for Finn Allen, but just been given some stats here in terms of the number of catches that have been put down. I don't know whether this one goes into it or not. It's so difficult to judge it, but 2.44 here per match at Oakland, as opposed to just 1.27 at Dallas and 1.86 at Pomona. Again, I just think it's those surroundings that do have something of an impact. You were saying the bright sky too.
You're too old, Lenny. Talking about vertigo. First question I had was vertigo when you're standing up there or when you're standing down here in the field. 7 overs gone, 54 for 1.
It is such a behemoth, this stadium, though. It's remarkable. Actually,
absolutely. You're right about that. It is a massive stadium.
62,000 seats. And you talk about with the greater, wider cricketing world, the context, actually the 5th largest stadium ever to host cricket of any kind.
From a capacity point of view? Oh wow, that's amazing. But this is a vibe. This stadium is a vibe. And it is a proper coliseum. It feels like one.
More on that catching efficiency. I don't know how harsh a judge Rodders is next to us as to whether or not that last chance has gone in.
Yeah, they won't be too worried about that drop catch because or missed opportunity because the efficiency has been really good. I reckon he dropped that catch simply because he wasn't wearing sunglasses. It's too bright. He was looking up into the region where back towards the sun, so it was hard to judge simply because of that.
Club to the man, but just over his head. Really muscled by Russell, just over the head of that deep mid-wicket fielder. Ralph thought he was in the game, but it soars for 6 more.
Watch that ball again, back of a length. And he's staying low, and that ball sat just right up for him to be able to access his favorite area on the ground, deep mid-wicket. And again, look at the sound of that. Wow. You have to be 10 feet tall to take that catch.
Even Kyron Pollard wouldn't have got to that one, I don't think. Oh, excellent from Ralph. Speaking of that catching efficiency, we've seen some outstanding grabs, haven't we? Both are big fans of Amshi De Silva now. Cracker in match 27. This one from Milne, oh my.
That was self-preservation from Milne. But there's some catches that have been phenomenal. This one, Seifert, just absolutely gone. Holland as well. Taking some good catches. Some really good catches have been taken in Cognizant MLC. This could have been dangerous, but Sanjay Krishnamurti doing well to take that one. And this one changed the match. And he knew it as a captain. That's why the celebration.
I assure you, when Jason Holder reacts like that, you know how good a catch it is. Some brilliant athleticism on show. It's such a good season, haven't we? Kind of from every perspective. It all comes down to these final 4 matches now in the playoffs.
It's been really good. And what's been really impressive about the Knight Riders is that they've actually built momentum up coming into this game, into the playoffs. They've won at the right times. They've won against the grain as well. And so for me, I feel like they have a little bit of momentum at this point in time. And they've won the last game against the Unicorns without Sunil Narayan. That's the big thing.
They've actually won both contests against them this season. The second match of the whole season was in Dallas, and then back at Grand Prairie they beat them again. But they haven't had much success here, Coliseum. So it's kind of there's different factors, different trends.
Yeah, and they wouldn't mind it, to be honest, because this part of the tournament, the second half, the playoffs, is a separate tournament on its own. And they have the likes of this man there. They have the likes of Champion there. All people who've won multiple championships and they know what it takes to win in these big matches.
Particularly interesting day for Watson, isn't it? You know, being at the Unicorn setup prior, now across as a mentor with the Knight Riders. Certainly would love to get one over his former side.
What do you think of these things, Lenny?
He told me, that's why.
He'd just like to win. You're lying, he told you. Bodo is not that kind of a guy. He's competitive, I'll tell you that. And an absolute thorough, out-and-out gentleman.
Are you telling me in all your years playing the IPL, when you played against one of your former sides, I know that was every other week, you never wanted a bit of revenge?
Every other season, you mean? Been around the block myself. Not necessarily. Depends on how you exit it. I could say a lot about revenge.
Pretending to be too nice. Big swing and a miss. Russell continues to go hard. Rafe can't believe his luck.
Yeah, I reckon the only reason Russell is missing this is because he's looking to hit towards mid-on and mid-wicket. If he looks to hit this ball straight, I promise you he'll go straight over Roff's head for 6. It's because he's going across the line is why he's missing it. He's read the pace of the wicket. He's got that right. Just the direction's off, and he was so close, and Roff knows it. And Roff's banking on the fact that he's going across the line, so I need to hit the stumps. And that's what he was holding his head about. Like, I wish I was a little bit more on target.
Well, despite the maximum, that was a very good over from Harris Rafe. 64 for 1.
Eight overs completed in qualifier. The Knight Riders taking on the Unicorns. Andre Russell got 40 and 18 balls against this team a few days ago. 50 partnership has come up between two guys who would have spent a few seasons in the Caribbean together. Both playing for the Knight Riders, so there's familiarity there. Spending time in this part of the world, Danny Morrison is alongside. Mudassar continuing.
Yes, hello, Nicol, and afternoon, everyone here in the west coast of the United States of Cognizant MLC for Season 4. Playoffs week. This is Qualifier 1. If you've just tuned in, you've been watching all the FIFA World Cup and drama unfolding there with Argentina getting up over England. But here, we've got the LA Knight Riders who are going rather swimmingly here. 8 overs gone, and 65 on the board, having been put in by Matt Short of the Unicorns.
That is supreme placement from a man we're used to seeing immense power.
Yeah, hence the strategy of having Andre Russell up the order, and Mudassar with width on offer, and he's a left arm angle over the wicket bowler. anything slightly wide gets exaggerated from his angle of left arm over. And Dre Russ ain't going to miss out on that.
Bissar, LaRue, the left arm pacers operating from this end. They'll want to force the right-hander to hit into left of screen. Quite a sizable boundary dimension. And we always talk about the trends, Danny. He used that angle going across Russell as well in Dallas.
Yeah, you've got to be careful and you've got to know and play what's in front of you. Different pitches, all of those things. These are drop-in pitches here at the Coliseum. But there at Grand Prairie, it's a big laid square, so it's subtly different. And you just got to wonder about the breeze too, because this is such a big modern stadium. Yes, it's 60 years old, but in terms of the size of it and the nature of the stands, how tall they are, the breeze comes in. I was down there with Sanjay Krishnamurti, one of the up-and-coming stars of USA cricket. He said it swirls in here, and I can get that. The high stands, and it swirls around. And he said you've got to be mindful about the way the breeze is blowing, and sometimes it gusts and moves, and you think you're hitting to a side with the breeze, and then you're not. So you've got to be quick on your feet.
I think because of that wind, Danny, and the nature of the stadium, we saw a lot of drops in that opening week. 22 in 8 games. They were last year at the Auckland Alameda County Coliseum, where we'll have the playoffs for the first time. Tonight, Eliminator Freedom MI New York, and every team wants to win this game because it takes it straight to the final. Tickets.majorleaguecricket.com. Unicorns final, Danny. Need to see the Orange Army come out. Or should I say Sparkle Army, as they're known.
Yeah, nice, the Sparkle Army. Yeah, I just think because you're here, aren't you? And the playoffs have been pretty much in Dallas, HQ, in the United States, for MLC. It's always fascinating to catch up with these young up-and-coming talents of USA cricket and seeing how they're doing and going right, and then chatting to them at a pitch report.
Very fortunate for Monroe that didn't get some more bat on it. Could have easily gone to hand. 73 for 1.
Yeah, lovely bright conditions to bat in. There's not a cloud in the sky. He just wanted to paddle it around the corner, but got lucky in terms of high on the blade and just a little pocket chip, if you like, almost like a lob wedge in golf. 60-degree wedge.
Made some adjustments mid-season, the Knight Riders, which have worked excellently well for their batting. Russell to 3, and Trump moving from 7 and 8 to 4. You're going to see Hassan Khan come into the attack, who hasn't been the most prolific with ball this season. 15 overs, just 1 wicket. On around 9 and over 2, but did bowl 4 important overs in Dallas a couple of days ago. Went for just 25.
Yeah, overall, in terms of, say part-time, but a genuine all-rounder, so very good. They're pretty good numbers in T20. And this is big now for the Unicorns because they desperately need to break this partnership. It's now 60 from 45, blossoming nicely for the Knight Riders, who find themselves in unfamiliar territory. They've never been to the playoffs. I know we're only season 4 of Cognizant MLC, but you want to get in and you want to do well and keep your owners happy and keep progressing cricket, different regions. Los Angeles Knight Riders, exciting. Got the ground at Pomona, the LA Olympics coming in a couple of years. Fellow Bayesian alongside you, Nikhil. Gregory Brathwaite of Barbados, a lot of experience. Just clearing the lungs of an appeal. And Christopher Taylor, it's a good Jamaican man. Sadly, his football club he supports has some outrageous shirts he wears to breakfast.
Colin Monroe being at the crease, it's mattered so much to the success of this batting lineup. Now the 10th time, folks, in correction, 9th time in 10 games he missed one that he's gotten out of the Lexus power play, and his presence here sets the game up for the power that they have at the other end. Russell, Holder, Powell to come. Matthew Trump. It's been so important, Colin Monroe, to what they've done this season, and probably one of the reasons, Danny, they are in the playoffs for the first time. Just one, and a good over from Hassan Khan to start. 4 from it, 77 for 1, and it will be time for our first drinks break of the playoffs.
Just Andre Fletcher, the man dismissed so far. Didn't last long. 6 and out. Skied one into the heavens. Good catch from Captain Matt Short. In control at the moment, you'd have to say, the Knight Riders. Platform laid, and yeah, just the skipper with the success. 1 for 11. Dus has got pumped, on for nearly 15s. Everyone else too bad. Short himself, just the one over. Interesting.
It was a slow start in the Lexus power play for this opening pair. Found great success. First 4 overs, just 18 runs. Fletcher hit one big one, and then very next ball was dismissed. But it was the last 2 overs of the power play that belonged to the LA Knight Riders. Compliments Colin Monroe.
Yeah, he's a aggressive opening batter by nature, and understandably so in this format. You think about the movement around the crease from Monroe, and then even Dre Russ getting into the act as well.
It's been hard to set totals here. Hoping for 187. It'll be very competitive given the surface day game. Hoping he can continue the good work that's been done in the first half of the game, and they've already used 2 of Bartlett and 2 of Ralph. That'll be something for the Knight Riders to think about as well. An important 30 overs to come, 10 in this innings, 20 in the next. Remember, winner of the qualifier progresses straight to the final.
I tell you what, it's an exciting time in Oakland because playoff matches are back. 61 playoff games were held in the MLB at this very stadium. We had 17 NFL playoff games held here, and for the first time ever, all Major League Cricket playoffs are held just behind me. We haven't had a playoff game since back in 2020. That's right, prime COVID. There were no playoffs since then. The Oakland A's, they won that series that they held here. But you think about all the historic playoff games here, you can all the way go back to 1973, where the Oakland Raiders had their sea of hands, where they devastated the Miami Dolphins, who were looking to go 3 back-to-back-to-back in Super Bowls. even can think about all the times the Oakland A's just over here, just point over to my right. You see Finn Allen talking, but over there was home plate. Well, they hit it all the way behind me into the green monster and won playoff games. What is the story that's going to unfold this week as the playoffs return to Oakland?
Thank you very much, Aman. Imagine that, Danny. What if we had a series of cricket, like maybe best of 3 or 4 to win a title as opposed to just one game? Could be fun.
I've got some history for you.
Oh, no.
Oh, you fucker!
But, a misstroke there from Monroe, and he's got hit in the midships, right in the tummy. It's uncomfortable. It's tasty. Well, back in the day, you had the revolution that was Packer cricket, late 70s, coloured clothing, white ball. So what was happening in they'd have a tri-series, they called it the World Series of one-day stuff, right? And you have Australia hosting the West Indies and say New Zealand was the third side. It's a lovely stroke. It'll be 4. And they played a best of 5. And then they cut it down, I think, cut it down to a best of 3, but it often was a best of 5 for quite some time through the 1980s. This is a good pickup. Couch a little bit to leg side, and that length is a nice little pickup for Colin Munro. Yeah, so that could maybe, like you say, even a best of 3. 1 all, and then you have a playoff. If you don't, well, you get smoked 2-0 and bad luck. Pack your bags and go home.
"14 wickets for Couch this season with pace.
Good pace, certainly up. Very strong young man. Bowls have a good brace front leg. It's a good Yorker, so he does look for that.
Got some recent history for you, Danny. He's taken a wicket against every team this year except the LA Knight Riders.
Ooh. As opposed to some older history I've shared with you. There's that little bit of extra bounce sometimes, or sometimes into the surface on purpose with a bit of change of pace. Can do that. Some guys tail off a bit, but this fellow's got a bit quicker. First 5 matches, look at that, around 82.5, let's call it. The next 5, he stepped up to 85 from the latest 5.
It's been amazing, the turnaround. 8 wickets in the first 2 seasons he's played, and 14 in this year alone. Get nail Yorkers like that at pace. Another remotely speedy delivery. He'll be a tough customer. 84 for 1. Wicketless against the Knight Riders twice. Spin has been hard to face here in Auckland this season. Hassan Khan continuing. 9 overs left, Danny. They've got batting to come. We always talk about maximizing their resources. So I wonder with Munro, this is kind of how he goes. Strikes around 130, etc. Does Russell decide there's an over that he's going to pull the trigger or step on the accelerator?
Locked and loaded from you. Yeah, can't help thinking of that comment, the streets of San Francisco. All those cock shows and...
Keep it modern, then. Modern.
Well, I am. You see, it's a bit tricky and difficult for us little Kiwis. We don't see policemen or women with a gun on their hip. They don't carry like that. Because we're just little humble hobbits down the bottom of the planet. And, the Aussies do. I must say the Aussie police force, they do.
Can we get back to the cricket? Or?
We're getting there, don't worry. But you mentioned pulling the trigger, and I'm about to get to that. Will you, Ramsay, take it easy. So I think Russell could very shortly, and I think he'll feel that because we're now nearly had a dozen overs and he's only going to run a ball 27, so watch out.
Something in your neck of the woods. Monroe speaking to Aman Patel earlier today, talked about his foundation being at Eden Park, which also has similar unique dimensions like this ground back in New Zealand.
Indeed, and even the number 2 ground. They talk about the reserve Eden Park number 2 at the back. It's quite funky too, different shape. You think about this. Yeah, they've talked about widening this too. They can go back and you see all the sand-based area around the side with the sort of footpath, if you like. They're going to make that wider over time. Well, another good over. We've had 12. There was only 3 off that. It's 87 for 1 now.
87 for 1 in 12 overs, going at 7.25 and over. Colin Munro well settled at 48 of 39 deliveries, and Russell just a little more than a run a ball, or just under a run a ball, I beg your pardon. 28 of 29 deliveries. And he'll want to get a move on here. Mudassar bowling his 3rd over. Partnership 73 of 62 deliveries so far. It's a steady partnership. They've set a solid foundation for themselves. And again, there'll be a quick change in the bowling. Colin Munro, Andre Russell, been absolutely delightful. The ownership, bringing their experience to their fore. And a good mix of attacking and defensive cricket. A lot of hits and misses from Andre Russell, but when he's hit them, they've stayed hit. Matt Short brings himself back into the attack. On 11 in his first over. He's got that wicket though. He's been so vital in Unicorn's progress through the tournament, especially with his bowling. Yeah, first ball pitched right up into the block hole, trying not to give Russell any room. Got Pomololo Mbongwa with me. Welcome, my friend.
Hey, Robbie. Just been thinking, actually, trying to work out why he might have felt that he shouldn't carry on early, and it's possibly because Russell came in.
Oh, good lines that. Just hitting at that area where if he misses, it's going to hit the stump. That's what's been so impressive about Short.
And having made that decision earlier on, and it would have been a decision on who might get him out as a better option than himself. All those that he's gone to haven't managed to prize him out, and this partnership now particularly dangerous at 75 off 65 and in a position where they can launch, and he comes back to try and break it with them set.
Yeah, taking the ownership as a skipper, something's going to give here. Again, very well bowled, mixed his pace up, slower through the air this time. This man's ready to go. And it's an off spinner. He likes an off spinner. Yeah, it was high backlift was ready. Change of angles now. On the leg side, picked up, over, shot fine leg for 4. Again, trying to squeeze him for room, but Russell managed to get that ball over, shot fine leg for 4.
easy as you like. Seeing the ball comfortably, been out there 32 deliveries now, not batting particularly quickly, 3 4s and a 6, and a run of ball, which is what he's going at, is just the setup of things, and we'll kind of look to launch from here.
Yeah, something's happened here, Thomas. Matt Short has hurt his knee in his delivery stride there. The umpires have immediately called for the groundsman. Come and have a look at the bowling mark there. Seems to have twisted his knee perhaps just a little bit. Just checking it with the physio. He was immediately not happy with it. Full umpire Chris Taylor. You can see he got stuck, and it was almost like he bowled like a fast bowler because he wasn't able to pivot there. Hobbled across. Immediately. This is in real time. No pivot. Would have felt it on his knee for sure. Yeah, immediately went down. Here comes our groundsman, Agnew. Aggers, as we call him.
Yeah, not so comfortable when underfoot you're not steady. So look at the wickets to have fallen. Matt Short taken it. Good delivery. Fletcher looking to work that onside with a slog sweep, sort of half a slog sweep actually, and sort of half upright, and the bounce undoing him. And expertly taken catch by Matt Short, shielding his eyes from the sun and getting himself into the right position. Good start, good setup. Modus operandi that you expect from the Los Angeles Knight Riders, with the top not losing wickets early and then looking to blast at the back end with Russell if he's still there. Trump, who's been so good, Powell, as well as Holder.
Have set themselves up for a big score here, but the real concern is on wickets like this. If the wickets, once a wicket falls, it takes a little time for a new batter to come and get set, because it's stopping, and enough information needs to be passed back to the dressing room. They have to carry that information back about sitting back and trying to score runs, because that seems like the only option where you can hang on the back foot to be able to score the big runs. The eliminator, next one, Washington Freedom versus MI New York. It's up at 6:30. The Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. It's going to be a very interesting game now on. Last ball of the over. Swings hard. It's in the gap. And will be parried back in. Great piece of fielding that. It is Hardy. Pulls the ball back in. Pulls the saw back in. And it's 94 for 1 after 13 now. Harris Roth is back into the attack. 2 overs, none for 13. He is the highest wicket taker on this ground at the Coliseum. He's got 11 wickets so far. Smashes it down the ground. Coming around as long on. Bartley gets the ball back in. Where do they go from here, Thomas?
I'm thinking of 6 hitting. And at this ground, we've seen that that's been kind of the currency to win games. And so what can they do in the best part of 7 overs that remain? How many can they hit? So far have hit just the 4. The expectation would be that they would have hit a few more. And also a score sort of around 165, 170.
Yeah, you can see how the ball's still stopping in the wicket and they're kind of hanging back a little bit, but it does seem like one of those wickets where it's tough to score runs. Colin Munro, another 50. Most 50s in an MLC season. He joins the list along with Travis Head, Faf du Plessis, Short, Pretorius. Now his name adds up there. A good 50, taking responsibility as a senior pro. Come to the fore with his experience. And that C that he shows after every achievement is for his kids. All of their names start with the letter C. Yeah, Junior was coming. Again, aiming towards mid-wicket. That's his area. Another 6. A much-needed one.
A good old-fashioned Mo to bring up 100. He's going to look to absolutely swat everything that comes his way from here on. It's effective. Deep mid-wicket, interested for a little bit, but couldn't quite get there in time. And there will be more of those as he tries to up the ante, as he tries to make sure that the Knight Riders to get to what is a winning score.
165, 170 is where they'd want to be, ideally. Interesting stat that Rodgers has just passed on to us. Down the leg side, it will be a wide. So every time Colin Munro has scored a 50, Thomas, Lakers have ended up winning the game. There you go. Most 50s in the Cognizant MLC. 2026, he's there right on top. 5 50s this season.
Yeah, I remember him not playing when we were over in LA. Met him in the hotel, pulled out, I think, in the morning of the game or something, and he had a back spasm. So he's an integral part of their team, and generally when he's been up there, this is how he started things today. Match Short into the attack and he switched around, managed to put pressure on Short. He'll always look to try and make the play. However, what he's managed also to do is to consistently lead the charge for the LA Knight Riders.
Mills it, over covers, will run away, no, maybe just for 2, or just a single. I forget how small this ground can be sometimes. Yeah, he's really, length on his experience, decided to take charge, take ownership and responsibility to make sure that he's batting that right to the end. So, I've seen Russell pick up that same sense of responsibility. It's often what these big match players do. Experienced players at the back end in big matches take ownership. And outside the off stump, it's in the air but will fall short. Good attempt that from the sweeper fielder. It is the end of the over. It's 106 for 1.
Both batters, under normal circumstances, we would say, you know, they're batting a little slowly because they strike fiercely and their strike rates kind of go towards 200 generally. It's been different here. The rate at just over 7.5.
We're used to seeing Finn Allen with the bat up here in the Oakland Coliseum. He did it in the first ever game. And guys, well, I've got myself a goodie bag. I'm running away with it. There's pictures, there's caps, there's jerseys, there's everything you can imagine in here. Now, I can't claim credit for this as we see a dot ball. The two men to my right and my left, well, they're the reason this bag exists. Now, I'm gonna hand this over to you. It's a bit heavy, so be careful. You would know better than me. I picked it up, and I thought, man, I gotta get in the gym because that was actually really heavy for me. But who have you guys gotten to sign the equipment around?
Trent Bolt,
Trent Bolt,
Marco Jansen,
Marco Janssen,
Mark Chapman, the Trump brothers.
The Trump brothers. Okay, the first LAKR jersey, LAKR name you mentioned. Anyone from LAKR that you've gotten to sign it?
Jason Holder.
Jason Holder. How about a unicorn?
No unicorns.
No unicorns, but what was the name you were going to say?
Shadley Van Skalkwyk.
Shadley Van Skalkwyk signed it. Okay, who are we trying to get now that you're here?
Finn Allen.
Finn Allen. That's why the picture was there. Okay, now they were telling me everyone here is India fan, but you're not a fan of India. Who do you root for?
England.
He roots for English cricket. He's got a little bit with his family there, but let's take some stuff out. All right, let's take the file folder out. We've seen the Finn Allen picture, right? We've seen that. What else is in there? Let's see what else we've got. We've got, it's just a Devon Conway New Zealand jersey as we see another delivery bold. We'll have to re-bold that one. Devon Conway jersey in the hand. Finn Allen's going to sign this? Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah. Yeah.
Finn Allen's signature is what they're trying to get out of here. So everyone's come into the Coliseum. They're trying to get signatures. They're trying to get stuff. But these guys, they've got every little bit of gear to sign. Guys, the players have to get over here. They've got a whole goodie bag.
Man, a few words, youngsters.
Wondered if they were twins or brothers.
Certainly twins, for sure. He's been trying really hard to score those big runs, is Dre Russ, but he's been hitting across the line on a wicket that's slow and holding up, so he's missing it a lot. He does know that he has to try and hit it over long off, perhaps, for him to connect the ball. But in real time, he's swinging more towards long on and mid-wicket. Yeah, 7.59. We want to end up close to 9, I suppose. 8.59. Yeah, he missed it for sure. Hit against the line again. Kept low this time, which is new. It didn't bounce that much, just kept low and skidded through. And Colin Munro has to go.
Nicely done by Mudassar. Pace off with the knowledge that they're trying to swing at absolutely everything. Kept the stumps in play that time. And he's delighted to be rid of Colin Munro. He's gone for 51. The Knight Riders 110 for 2.
Matt Trump comes in a bat. Someone who's been in some scorching hot form. Batting really well. Probably just seeking some information from Trey Russ. The prolific Matt Trump comes into bat. Certainly got his job cut out for him. So, taking a few words of wisdom from Andre Russ when he came in a bat. 10 matches, 262 runs, and that strike rate is what has been absolutely impressive about him. 153. Just like to get a move on as soon as he comes in a bat. Finds himself in a big match.
They need a lot from him because he's in form and has played well. So often teams have to look to those players who are going particularly well to be the ones that put them in good positions and winning positions.
Immediately hitting the ball so well. That's a telltale sign of a man in absolutely scorching hot form. Off cutter this from Mudassir. Didn't bounce as much. Went under the bat by a little bit, over 6-7 inches. Finally a breakthrough for the Unicorns. 96-run partnership that they just broke. Yet another shot. It's the end of the over, 110 for 2.
What an over. Mudassir. Just the 4 and a wicket. The big wicket too of Colin Munro. And they'll hope as they going towards the finish. The back end teams had managed to take wickets, and in so doing can stall the progress, and innings then plummet.
Returning to the attack at the Oakland Hills end, 98, Hassan Khan.
Well, Hassan Khan has come back for his third over. LAKR in the death overs this season scored 9.93 runs per over. Third place, one of the Cognizant MLC. Pitched up and smashed over long off for a 6. He hit that hard, and that brings up his 50.
Yeah, this is Dre Russ time. At this stage of an innings is when he might even come in sometimes. He's had a run up to this. He's got up to a half century. It's off 41 balls, so not a customary innings, a typical innings, but that epitomizes what he does at the back end. A big shot. He'll take on the field, and on a particularly small ground, he'll have absolutely no trouble clearing the fence. Applause, applause, and hope, no doubt, of more to come.
Yeah, they're still looking for the ball behind the rafters there, so it might take a while, or they might change it. And now's the time for Russell to come out and play the big shots. One of the reasons that the Knight Riders don't really are in third place as far as runs in the death overs are concerned is because they lose a lot of wickets in these particular 3 overs of the game. Almost.
Yeah, difficult time in that players come in and have to go straight away. Let's look at what he's done in the season. As I say, a 4th time where he's batted at number 3. And that 40 off 18 was from the same position. And so just giving him the opportunity to face more deliveries and also to just do damage in the game, even if it is early on, not making him play any differently. The hope here was that he'd do the same sort of thing, but has found it difficult on the surface. That has been slow. Look at some of these shots. What you'll see is brutality mainly, like that.
Yeah, he's when he hits them, they stay hit. And he's not for the lack of trying today. He's tried a lot to hit big sixes, missed quite a few. When they've hit the bat, they've gone far. Yeah, pull the length back a little bit this time. Doesn't want to bowl in his reach and in his area of reach. Slightly quicker through the air as well, flatter trajectories. Trying it again, straight down the ground this time. Will be 4. He's come to play now.
It's dicing with danger, trying to be right up in the block hole, because if you miss ever so slightly, then you're going to get smashed. Slightly short, and therefore you can hit it down the ground.
Goes across this time. Start, stop. Again, eventually. And try to bowl right up the block hole. The umpire did well to get out of the way. Rocketed the Remitly Toblerone. Yeah, well bowled again.
Yeah, I like that better because I think it uses the pitch, uses the slowness of the pitch. The fuller he is, Hassan Khan, the more he takes the pitch out of play, and Russell can absolutely thump it out the ground. So he has good control of length and of pace, and he can change those up and try and fox him, and also use the fact that it's a very slow pitch, give him no pace to work with.
Kicks it away down to long on, and it will be the end of the over. 12 comes off it. It's 122 for 2.
Russ brings up the milestone in style. Second half century. The LLKR innings, 122 for 2.
1-2-2 for 2 after 16. Constitutes a run rate of, well, 7.6. I just wonder now with Munro out, and when is Dre Russ going to truly flick the switch here, because he's striking at 1-2-6. Beautifully set. It's T20 modern day legend, Andre Russell. He's not on strike, it's Tromp. Nearly lost his off peg. Liam Plunkett is back in town. Hello, sir.
Different town, but I'm back. Yeah, to your point, Russell is set. Not normally his usual innings, 57 of 45, but he's set. That's the key here. He's got used to the pace of the wicket. And this back end, this back four, he could go big with small boundary, Danny.
Yeah, just having a quick chat, didn't they? A little bit of communication between Tromp and Russell. Say, fellow, I need that strike back, please, young man. That'd be handy. He says, you know what, Dre Russ, I'll fat it myself. Big, big sixer from Matthew Tromp. Right on cue. He needed this. They need this, the Knight Riders, to get a bit more of a wriggle on.
Got such an easy swing. Waits for the ball under his eyes, and it's just a short arm jab that's going to go over long on for 6. Very good timing, very good talent from this youngster who's playing some seriously good cricket this MLC season.
US star quality, Matthew Tromp. Yes, star in the making. You think about the USA and qualifications for ICC events, all those sort of things. Half century, I think, his last outing, and there's certainly some talent on show. And Krishnamurti on the unicorn side of things, so look out for him later on.
You look across this Brody couch, bowling 90 miles per hour. And obviously you have the two youngsters from each side, Tromp and Sanjay, who are very talented, who set MLC on fire last year. Not quite going this year, but hopefully he'll come good in the playoffs and the final. Going back to the bowling, I think the slow ball's gripping. It's hard to hit by the way Tromp played that delivery.
So Dre Russ says, look, you know what, young man? I'm handing the strike back to you. You've just got in and you're pumping it, but yeah, Tromp 58 not out, 49, 50 and 44. This is 58 not out there at Grand Prairie recently.
Hands the ball really well, doesn't try to overhit it, but he plays pace really well. He's starting to play spin really well, loves that pick-up shot, and obviously that hit over long on. Very talented player. Great news for USA cricket.
Oh, hello! It's Matthew Short. He's already taken a very good caught and bowled steepler into the sunshine. of Oakland, and now he plucks one out of the air in the covers.
Another slow ball. I think it's a cutter. Great line, actually. It's hard to reach. That's the Cognizant clutch catch by skipper Matthew Short. That is the delivery that's hard to hit, is that slow pitch delivery. And he goes. Disappointing. It was good to see him hit some boundaries. Matthew Tromp goes for 8. Knight Riders 130 for 3.
One to go on the 17th. Third one has gone for the Knight Riders. They have Dre Russ. Big Andre Russell. Now it's time for, well, his countryman from Jamaica, Rovman Powell. Look at these numbers. And you expect this from Rovers. More bristling menace and muscle out of Jamaica. So let's see if Powell can play a superb cameo. He'll hold on to the strike. Last ball of the over. 9 in a wicket, 131 for 3.
Well, I'm alongside one of the fans who've come out today. Malcolm, you've had such an incredible story. I love the shirt first off. Beautiful. Let's just have a quick look at that. Oakland, he's got at the Coliseum cricket is here. You also have the FIFA World Cup badge on you as well. So he's coming from the FIFA as well.
I went to the, it's a place in San Bruno. It's Artichoke Joe's. And I couldn't leave before the final whistle and Argentina won the game.
And now you're here to watch the San Francisco Unicorns take on the LA
car, and here we are.
There you go. We love that. But your story to cricket is such an incredible one.
Yes, growing up in India, I was born in Calcutta of Armenian parents, and my Armenian school turned 200 years old, and I'm going to go back. So when my parents came to India, it was no Pakistan, it was just India, and my father settled in East India, and then it became in 1971. I left India, and I had both my brother and sister had British passports, and because I was born in 1950, I got an Indian passport. So it was a very incredible story that I went to Eden Gardens several times, and as a kid with my tiffin carrier, and I was there one time when the West Indies were playing India, and you can look it up online, and there was too many fans on the border, on the boundary, and the West Indies says we're not playing till they move, and eventually it turned out to a big event. So all the cars were outside being whatever. So I stayed with my tiffin carrier, and they started off. Sir Frank Worrell was immediated. There was Sir Sobers, Hall and Griffith. We had Nawab Patowdy. So that whole era is very old. It's much before Kapil Dev.
But it's a great era of cricket, and we have great cricketers here at the Coliseum. You also saw great cricketers in the States itself, didn't you? Who signed a poster for you?
The young girl who's a member of the U.S. team.
Nika Kolan.
And I also bought a shirt outside autographed by Kim Allen.
We're going to check this boundary here. The fans are celebrating. If it's stopped, we'll have a quick look. I think he's done really well on the rope. A lot of great cricketers out here, very athletic as well. Really good stop there on the rope.
I have a little story with, they tried to break India popular cricket team. They had the All-Stars in LA, and I went to the event, and they wanted like 2,500 just to get autographs of the Shane Warne and Sangakkara. And so I stood outside. My wife made a poster. It said, "If cricket was religion, Sachin is God."
Well, that catch, nearly a catch. It was dropped. Nearly was something spectacular. Maybe God-esque that could have been.
Yes. So she gave me the poster. I was wearing Sachin's shirt, and she said, "Why didn't you take it off?" I didn't want to take it off. So the team bus came, and he saw it, and he signed it, and now it's in my man cave.
I love that. Now, how has Major League been in your experience?
The Major League should be much more popular than this. I think that in order to make it popular, you have to give tickets to you have to go to schools. The Americans would love this sport because every ball has to go out like a boundary.
Absolutely. This is a sport for the Americans, and it's continuing to grow in popularity. We've got to love it.
My son is the chief photographer for NBC Bay Area, and he won't even cover it.
Thank you, Aman. Good to hear from you, bro. Yeah, fascinating. Fascinating bit of history there. One to go here in the 18th. Only 8 from. Started off with a hiss and a roar with a boundary, but it's been pulled back here from Bartlett. But one left with Powell on strike, so dearly love to get over 160. Quite possible with these two at the crease. Yeah, thick, fat top edge, and it'll run away for 4 to make it 12 off the 18th, and the Knight Riders are now 143 for 3.
Yeah, a couple of outside edges, inside edges, a drop catch. It was a pretty good over from Xavier Bartlett. He'd be disappointed that he leaked a couple of boundaries, especially with that delivery, which was executed well. Leg cutter, slow ball bouncer with a top edge over Pretorius for 4. Good over, but still leaked a few runs.
A couple of taller buildings just of late, and a couple of wickets thrown in as well. So I think get to that 160 be very handy, because you're up against Harris Ralph, one of the best in the business. It's too bad. He's gone for just over 8s. Call it 8 and over. Have to reload this one though. And, a drop chance in the last over, but a wicket as well.
It's the previous over, slow ball, and then it was a good catch by the skipper. Looking at Ralphie here, when he went to take that catch the last over, I don't know if he stretched his back here. He's rubbing his back, so it's interesting how he's going to come through this over.
Good stuff from Madassa. Made Trump fetch it big and perished. Another slower ball, so smart. Harris Ralph, got to have these changes of pace. Nice.
Here we go, Madassa to Trump. The slow ball length was hard to hit. And obviously, this is the wider one, great skill. Make him reach for it with no pace on the ball, and it was obviously great delivery, good execution, straight to Matt Shaw at short cover with an outstanding catch.
Yeah, that change of pace and make the batters fetch. You get that length right with a slower ball on this surface, given how dry it is and the sun is beating down on the pitch. There's another one. Just a fraction too wide.
Yeah, you can see what they're trying to do, wide and slow to Andre Russell. Not much pace in it, but I think that's the key. Maybe on a wicket like this, there's your variation as you're going wide, 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 and then the quicker ball straight, rather than at the stumps and a little bit wide. So I think Ralph has got the right plan, just the execution, just missing by a couple of inches.
Well, they want to amp up and ramp up a couple of big sixes here, because this ground has hit 385 sixes in just 18 matches. It's the most anywhere in the world. On any ground in the world, the most sixes ever. And, oh! Couldn't get it back. Saved it, though. Saved a 6. Would have been another one of those in terms of the highest in the world. It's Krishnamurti, one of the young stars going around here for the Unicorns.
We just looked at Krista Murphy. Judged it really well. I think his heel's not touching that. Gets a good hand, flicks it. Oh, looking back at that, he does touch the Lexus trouble on. And that is going to be 6 runs for the Knight Riders.
Yeah, just a shame. Just that balance there as he was spinning around, holding on to flick it back in. Yeah, that right boot has kissed the boundary cushion right there. Christopher, get ready. Exercise, Chief. That's the one. Yeah, so more 6s here at the Coliseum. The highest percentage of anywhere in the world, this venue. Given that it's not the biggest boundary going around, of course. Quite getting his line right here is Ralph, so that's the 3rd wide. We've only had 2 legitimate deliveries.
Looking at the wickets, Matt Shaw, the spiced man, good skill, the change of pace and bounce, caught and ball. Chimney, we have skill on the left arm over, slow ball straight to the pipes of Munro, and the last wicket was Tromp, slow and wide, great catch by the skipper, Matt Shaw.
A little expensive, Manassa, but he did get 2 key wickets. Didn't sound that good, quite clunky, but big enough. Here's another maxi.
And here we go. This is, yes, kind of a good reach, good power. Plenty of power from Powell, who covers the boundary with 6 bits. I think that's the thing. You're trying to go wide, and if you miss wide, it's going to be called a wide. But if you come slightly inside that, these guys are going to meet you. So it's kind of the cat and mouse. Either I'm going to risk bowling wide to hit the perfect wide line, or come inside and risk getting pumped into the ground.
Yeah, that off-pace delivery, that's a little wide because of the nature of the pitch. Very shaven and dry and quite slow. Clunky, but big enough. 2 in a row. It's Rodman Powell showing his power.
By margins, Danny. Here we go. Powell's getting going. We know how powerful Powell is, and Russell at the same time. He's in now, and he's going to put that away. It doesn't need to be a big hit. It's 71 metres, which is going to give him the maximum. These guys are starting to fly here with an over and a little bit left.
Well, that's the thing. I'm saying, you know, you get to what they've got now. 165 would have been useful. But because this over's, we've had, what, 3 wides, still 2 to go, 22 off it. 22 off this over from Harris Ralph, the penultimate. And boom! That has gone big. Here's a hat-trick of 6s. The 4th in the over, folks.
That's too easy for Powell, I'm afraid, Danny. That's easy into the slot. Just a little crunch over long off. Excellent shot. It's there to hit. It's his off-cutter that he doesn't execute. It's a half volley. Ralph is an excellent bowling. You're still bowling rockets. Why not have a go at the short ball bouncer? Have a go at it. Give it something different. These guys are not going to miss when the ball's under their eyes.
Certainly not. Think back to Shanaka, who Powell pumped 5 in a row and then got out. So we've had 3 in a row. Let's see if he gets 4 in a row. What's the retort from Harris Ralph? Bit of fresh air and that's it. So 28 off the 19th. It's 171 for 3 now.
Went at the Manhattan here. It's been steady away, apart from like that 5th over, and then obviously towards the back end with that last over going for many. Takes the score to a challenging one for the Unicorns. With 1 over to go, LA Knight Riders 171 for 3.
He 28. It equals his most expensive over Harris Ralph against the Kiwis. Here is Bartlett into the final over, so they have breached 170. Very useful on this pitch.
Russell never plays the anchor role, Danny. You were just showing the drop here where Rav extends his arms, but he lands funny, and I think he tweaked his bat a little bit. No excuse for his over, but then since then he did struggle with the wides and obviously the misplacements of his deliveries. Maybe that little injury affected that last over, but I'm sure the Knight Riders are very happy with the deliveries he was executing.
Yeah, immense. Such a lot of power. Robbers, even he liked it. I think he pumped his bat with his glove. Fetch this.
This went high, Danny. This was hit very hard into the sky, and it trickles over to the boundary. Cross-seam delivery, and Powell hit it with such power that obviously the wind helped take that into the stands. The Knight Riders are flying here with 4 deliveries to get. Maybe 190s on the scoreboard here.
Fastest 50 ever in Cognizant MLC is 14 ball 50. He's had 12, he's on 42. He could equal it. By Nicholas Pora. Wants 2, it's not there. Understandably, Russell's saying, listen, I don't want to tweak anything just yet, Robbers, and I need the strike back. I want to keep fatting a few myself. Longest 6s in the tournament, no surprises. Look at him, 1st and 5th. Oh man, does he hit the ball. He is such a power hitter. Look at those numbers. No timing, but does get Rodman back on strike. So 180 now for the LA Knight Riders.
Have the 50 partnership in quick style by these two. Powell, 43 out of that partnership. 50 off 20 balls. Very impressive by the 2 experienced men. With 2 balls left, Powell will be looking to do some serious damage, finishing this innings off.
Yeah, incredible strike rate. 330. 5 6s and 2 4s. In the mood. Robbers! He's rampant. Got all of it and some. Here's another 6er. He's on 49 off 14.
Leg cutter, bouncer, that's wide and it's reached perfectly by Powell, who dispatches it. And Russell loves it. It went far, it sounded hard. Excellent shot with 1 ball remaining.
That's why Andre Russell was pumping his bat there and saluting, going, you know what? I should have given him the strike back earlier too. But he could get 50 here. Unless it's a cracking delivery from Xavier Bartlett. Rob Old, 50 up and 15, so he couldn't quite equal Nicky P in the fastest 50 off 14, but my word, that is a handsome innings from Rodman Powell. 50 off 15. It's all the 3s, cricket lovers. 333.33 strike rate. Simply outstanding. And let's not forget about Andre Russell batting at 3, holding it together. 62 from 50. His strike rate, yes, whilst low, 124, but he did hit 3 6s and 4 4s. And this partnership, extravagant to say the least. 57 from 22, not bad, Liam Plunkett.
Not bad at all. It's serious boy innings, 50 off 15 balls. Hits the bat beautifully. It sounds different when he hits it. The ball does travel. He played all around the ground. A little bit of luck, but mainly it came out the middle of the bat. Excellent batting by Rodman Powell, who could have changed the game with them 15 deliveries he just faced.
Yeah, 100%. That innings is a game changer. Will it be such in terms of 16 off the last, 28 off the second to last, and that has propelled the Knight Riders to 187 for 3 here. The 2 Jamaicans and the super coach, DJ Bravo, congratulates him. Rightio, time to catch up with Aman Patel.
Here with Rovman Powell. Rovman, fastest 50 in MLC history. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, it's a very good accomplishment, you know, but the team needed somebody to inject some momentum at the back end, and I think I did just that.
What did you make of that wicket coming back here in Oakland?
I think it's not the best of surface, to be honest. As you can see, it's not a surface you can consistently hit on, you know, but I think I did well out there, you know. I think that is a very good score. Hopefully our bowlers can defend that.
Yeah, I think we can say you did more than well on that surface. 187 on the board. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think when you look on their batting, they're a very strong team, you know, especially the top 3, top 4, you know, so it's important for our bowlers to start good, and once we start good, we can hold them and see if we can win the game.
Robin, well done in the first, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. I love him. Rovman Powell seen him a lot on the circuit over the last decade or so. So Monroe's 51 the top there, nothing much from Fletch, 6 an hour. And then Russell was 62, not Trump's afternoon today. And then Rovman Powell put on quite an exhibition here at the Coliseum. 50 from 15 and that strike rate of 333.33. Simply sensational with 9 extras. So, wicket to short early and then a couple for Madassa, and that was it. And some expensive bowling there considering the conditions. Ralph went around the track and so did Madassa. But hey, it has been some very good entertainment this afternoon. Rightio, target for the Unicorns to go straight into the final. They need 188 of an asking rate of 9.35. Let's check it out on the other side.
This is where the going gets tough because it's playoff time here at Cognizant MLC, and the very first match, first v second from the regular season. We've seen a strike rate at 333. Quite remarkable effort from Rodman Pell, the second fastest in the history of Cognizant MLC, the fastest 50 in the last 3 seasons, 15 balls for 50. There was also 50s for Colin Munro and Andre Russell, and it's driven what we believe could be an above par total of 187 for 3. There's a cautious enough start in the Lexus power play with just the occasional boundary from Colin Munro and Andre Fletcher, who perished after hitting that big 6, caught and bowled by Matt Short, who continues to have his excellent season with the ball. But from there was some real innovation to take down Gulam Madassar. 20 runs off the 5th over, and some trademark power from Andre Russell. The two put on a really good innings of 96, a good partnership that is. And Madassar got one to keep a little bit low with the slower ball to dismiss Munro for 51. And Russell kicked into overdrive. He got to his landmark, and shortly afterwards Matthew Tromp hit one big 6 before he was dismissed. Caught by the flying captain at cover. From then it was all about one man, Rodman Pell, hung in there for 15 balls. He did at that moment of fortune, dropped by Harris Raup. But then, well, he went ballistic, didn't he? 2 4s and 6 6s, muscling the ball to all parts of the ground on a surface that he said he felt was a bit tricky to bat on. It looked anything but, as he flashed an array of strokes to get plaudits from everyone, including his head coach, DJ Bravo. Just 3 wickets to fall, 2 to Madassar, but he was expensive in his first over, came back really well. And the surprise for me was just the 3 overs for Brodie Couch. He was so economical. They ended up going with Harris Raup towards the end. Hassan Khan bowled pretty well in the season. That's been tough with the ball for him too. Colin Munro's been in fine form of recent times, so we thought he was the perfect man to take a more in-depth look at right now.
It's probably more important than ever, especially now being a little bit older, not wanting to travel as much away from family. You've still got to perform, and if you're only playing 2 to maybe 3 tournaments a year, you've got to perform, otherwise you quickly forgot. The stage of my career now, you're not always in the starting 11, so it's wanting to just try and add value to an environment and play where, even if you're not playing, you still sort of feel valued in the group and actually having a good time on and off the field. Mental skills coach back home, Aaron Walsh, said that you're not judged as a cricketer. Well, you are in terms of, but you're not a cricketer in terms of you're still a father, a son, you're a brother. So those things should come first and cricket should come last. Whereas I think sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves and think that people are judging us solely as a cricketer. But, as long as you can be a good human being and add value to the group, I think that's more important than being a good cricketer, because once you retire, the game forgets you quite quickly. So, the game doesn't owe you anything, and we've got to try and know the game as much as we can while we're in it. Play for my family, my kids, they still love seeing me play cricket. Getting out there, every time I take a catch. See out there for them, Chloe and Connor back home, and that's my main reason why I play. It's getting out there and trying to still challenge myself against, some really good cricketers out there. Are you their superhero? Probably not anymore. Probably a few years ago when they were younger. But yeah, I think if you speak to them now, I used to be their best cricket player when they didn't know anyone else. But now they've gone around the world. They've been fortunate enough to go and meet other cricket players, and I think I'd be lucky if I'm sort of 10 or 15 on the list. I want to do my papers back home and actually become a good coach. Learn the soft skills of coaching. How to have those difficult conversations with people, the whole thing about, developing a culture and a group and bringing people together for a common goal. I think you do that through experience, and obviously playing with guys like Pollard and Bravo, I've learned a lot, probably fast-tracked some of my learning as well. So I think, I'd love to stay in the game, but you know, I also love being at home with the family. So if someone back home offers me a good job, then I'll go back there.
Great to hear more about Colin Munro. Now, in just a few moments' time, Alejandro Pretorius, the tournament's leading run scorer, will lead the charge. Can the Unicorns do it? Find live with us. Welcome back to the West Coast of the United States of America. We're here at the historic Oakland Alameda County Coliseum for the qualifier. The winner of this game will head straight to the grand final on Saturday. And for the LA Knight Riders, they've got a really good total, having been inserted to bat first after they lost the toss on what is a very special day for this man, Andre Russell, who becomes just the third cricketer in the history of T20 cricket to get to that 600 landmark appearances, and even Andre Russell himself says, "Oh, wow," as DJ Bravo presents it to him. I've got Robin Attap alongside me. Robin, what a legacy he has in the game. How amazing an achievement is that?
Yeah, it's an incredible achievement. 600 matches, just the thought of that makes me feel tired. But the man who's gone out there and dominated T20 cricket, the only third player to be able to do so after Byron Pollard and Sunil Narayan. So congratulations to him. Well deserved felicitation.
And a good way to celebrate it as well. An unbeaten 50, he contributed excellently.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look at that target, 188, thanks to him and Robin Powell and Colin Munro. We've got a score above par here, and go back and celebrate this, celebrate the 600 game. If this man has nothing to do with it, he's all about the runs. 176 is what he's striking at, and is in some imperious form.
Yeah, the tournament's leading run scorer with his trademark style. And also Finn Allen, who might not have the weight of runs that he would like, but they always come at a good clip, particularly here at this ground, striking at 161 this season. Problem for the Unicorns is they'll have to face the tournament's most economical bowler, who is also in the form of his life, Sunil Narayan, another member of that 600-plus club. But now there's just 3 members. It's at 13 wickets at an average of 12.54, but Robin Attap That economy rate, 4.66, would be good in ODI cricket. In T20, it's unheard of.
It is absolutely insane. This man is the Zeus of T20 bowling. Absolutely unstoppable. Someone who's just his sheer presence is intimidating to batters at the other end.
Okay, we're all set for the chase. They're going to need over 9 and over to start with. Let's get it on. An immediate appeal and an immediate decision that goes with the Knight Riders. Look at Jamar Hamilton, elated. They've got the tournament's leading run scorer from the very first ball of the chase.
Comes on a bowl and bang, first ball goes. A prodigy has to go back. Pretorius, first bowler from the master himself. Stock delivery off spinner in that spot that he does not leave at all. And Hamilton, what an absolute peach of a catch. They know how important this is. It's a massive wicket for the Knight Riders. LAKR start on the right foot. He has to go. First ball, Luandre Pretorius, 0 for 1.
The captain is in much earlier than he wanted to be. He's had a good season, but he's been accumulating rather than dominant, striking at just a fraction under 130. And now in comes a short leg under the helmet. Knight Riders have, well, the best bowler in the competition, and he's doing it again. Short will get off the mark immediately with a single. This isn't just a good piece of bowling, it's an exceptional piece of keeping to go with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Bang on there, Lenny. What a great catch. How he got up with the ball, received it. Have a look at that. The Cognizant clutch catch. Right off the first ball of the game. Yeah, what the jiggle there. What a move. Well done, Jamar. Beautiful piece of work.
Tell you, this is just joyous stuff to watch. How can you not love it? The Spice Man, Hamilton, Holder, Narayan, Russell. And gone. It's 2 and 3, and the dance moves are out for the spicy man of them all. Oh, this is brilliant. They're on fire at the Coliseum, the Knight Riders.
Get the camera on the Knight Riders dressing room. You'll see Dwayne Bravo doing that move as well. Finn Allen goes first ball as well. You can't write this script. It's all happening at the Coliseum. Pitched up, driven, uppishly, asking for trouble. And look at Holder there. There you go. There you go. Get those moves going. Wonderful, lads. Yeah, this is it. I mean, gotta love the Caribbean spirit. Wicket goes again. Golden duck for him as well. 1 for 2.
Sanjay Krishnamurthy at 4. Short leg remains in place. 2 golden ducks in the first 3 balls, and the 2 openers both gone.
And that's the beauty of Sunil Narayan. Only someone like him can pull something like that off in a qualifier of a tournament like the MLC. He's out of 5 innings. He's dismissed him 4 times.
Pretty well bowled. Not a bad adjustment from Krishnamurthy, so he'll get off the mark with a couple, albeit via the outside edge. All happening out there to start with, Robin.
Yeah, very well played. Soft hands. Almost received the ball on his bat. Even though he probably picked the ball up a little late, perhaps. So, kid with a lot of potential. Look at the wickets by the LAKR bowlers in the power play. Sunil Narayan's got 12. Everybody else has got 15. That is the impact this man has.
Oh, now then, I think it might have ended up missing everything. There's a lot going on there, a couple of noises. They do have the option to review. And there's a group consultation going on. They have 2 reviews, remember, per innings. And Jason Holder.
And Leslie to Ajay, we have a player review for caught behind. The original decision is not out. It's a fair delivery. Can you move on to front on, please? Front on coming up. Yeah, the ball is quite close to the bat and the leg. Can I have Ultra Edge to confirm if there's any bat involved? Ultra Edge coming up. There's a gap there on the left-hand side, forward, all the way through. The ball clips the pad, so there is no bat involved. It's not out caught. Can you move on to ball tracking? I need to check the LBW. Original decision not out. I'm pitching outside leg. Back on field to Chris. Chris, you can stay with your original not out decision. You're on screen at your signal.
Superb umpiring both on field and by the third umpire of the VTEX DRS2. End of the first, 3 for 2. Didn't feel like it was a review like they wanted to necessarily use, but with all the excitement of 2 wickets in the first over, they've ended up burning it.
Yeah, sometimes you just feel like, oh, there's something there because the energy is such.
Jason Holder to get things underway. Having another prolific season. The ball, but this man, Sunil Narayan, well, he's been untouchable all year, and he's done it again in the first over here.
Yeah, another delivery where he threw the batsman forward, forced him to drive. Finn Allen trying to stay unperturbed by the loss of Pretorius, but the moves have been delightful.
Just have to love it, don't you?
Absolutely. Such a fun bunch. They make cricket so enjoyable.
Oh, now this is somehow evaded the stumps, and even Jamar Hamilton couldn't quite get there. Going to be given his buys remarkably. 4 to the total, the first boundary of the chase.
How did that miss the stumps? That ball had no business missing the stumps. Split him in half. Bowled well this one. Came back in, split the batter in half. Not for the lack of effort, Jamar misses it as well.
There's a couple of reasons this is so special, that season that the Knight Riders are having, particularly in the context of their struggles throughout the 3 years thus far. First one to go is Pretorius, a feather of an outside edge and a simple catch for Spiceman Andre Fletcher, a cover. Just didn't see any of this for most of the first 3 seasons, and now, well, the exuberance, the joy, the passion, the dancing, can't take your eyes off it. Fielder out there, just be a single. That's the sub-fielder, Fabian Allen, who is on because Colin Monroe is down with a little bit of illness.
Yeah, summer cramps is what we heard. Beg your pardon, Fabian Allen is it's a gun fielder, an unbelievable fielder. Around on the field for Colin. The field placing, I have to say, Lenny, has been very astute from Jason Holder.
Talk about the year he's having. It's not just ball and with the bat, it's his leadership. Outstanding. Probably doing a bit too much, angling down, bit of bounce involved. He was very clear in his communication, wasn't he, pre-season? We don't want to get to the playoffs. We want to win the trophy.
Yeah, and that's the level of conviction that you want as a leader, right? And what's been really enjoyable about Jason Holder over the last 2 or 3 years is the fact that he's been the quintessential kind of gentleman of the game, but he's come with a lot of fire right now. The niceness ends when he goes past that boundary line. He gets in there, he's a fighter, he's a warrior, and he wants to win every battle. And he inspires that by virtue of what he does on the field and the energy he brings.
Five from the over, 8 for 2.
5 runs come from over number 2, just on the ball back, and 4 eyes. Unicorns 8-2.
Well, it's great to be back out in the Bay Area. Geographically, out as beautiful as you'll see. Reminds me a little bit of Sydney, actually, some of the aspects of the inlets and the beautiful city of San Francisco next to it. And all the different famous bridges that bridge us across from San Francisco to Oakland, where we're staying. Truly one of the most beautiful parts of the world, Pacific Ocean, all the way around it. And Narayan's going to continue, and Short finds the gap nicely and will find the boundary. Good controlled stroke.
Nicely played that one. Rock back on the back foot immediately. Earned in length there, still Narayan. Just the ball short. Slightly back of a length on a wicket that's holding up a little bit. Just gives Short enough room to rock on the back foot and punch it through covers for 4.
Mix up, could be a run out chance. Oh, direct hit would have been gone. Complete another panic from the Unicorns pair. And Narayan is causing problems in every way.
Yeah, problems aplenty here for the Unicorns. First, that was almost gone. Saif Badal feeling that short leg. Stumps him a little bit.
Finds that same gap again, and this time Holder is going to have a chase that's almost a sense of deja vu. 2 boundaries in the over in the exact same place.
That is a very good shot. Again, held positions, stayed on the front foot, and just punched it so well in the gap. Some really good batting from Matt Short, very classy.
Outfield definitely running a fraction quicker than the first leg at Oakland as well. So a few holding up in that group stage trip we had here. Managed to just get the outfield a little bit trimmer than it was. So for this most important of weeks in Cognizant MLC Season 4. Knight Riders in a dominant position right now and dreaming of a first ever grand final spot on Saturday. Change in angle now and a change in the field. Narayan will come over the wicket and the short leg will come out and come into a catching close cover.
Yeah, he stopped there. I can tell you, I can assume what that was. Here's a look at the run out chance. He was gone for all money if he had that hit. It was certainly slightly wide.
Finds the gap again. This is really good from Matt Short. A little counter punch. Not many of it. 3 boundaries in and over off Sunil Narayan this season. Unicorns captain just has.
Yeah, another nice shot from Matt Short, the skipper. Getting rocked on the back foot. And was the one that goes away, slides through, but he hit it so well. A lot of batters would go for the cross-batted shot to that one.
Oh! And whip.
Yeah, and back onto his length. It's Fuller. Watch how he plays this shot. Beautifully played. Excellent timing and a classical cricket shot.
Superb. 16 runs from the over. 4 boundaries all to the bat of Matt Short. 24 for 2. They're really impressive conventional and classical cricket strokes in each of the 4 boundaries, just where Narayan was a little short, Robin.
Yeah, that's the kind of wicket where you want to err on the fuller side than on the shorter side. Generally, these balls are skidded onto the bat slightly. This wicket holds up a little bit, so it's easy to play these shots.
Finally, the Unicorns fans have something to cheer with the bats. Holder will continue. The slip, Andre Russell, remains in place. You think of a season where he's had an economy rate of 4.53, Robin. Just gone for basically what he's going for in most matches in a spell. Sunil Narayan as a nice little 1-2 salvo from Matt Short brings the Unicorns into the game.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind that, as in he does work with a margin of error. I think that's what makes greatness. You're not seeking perfection, you're seeking excellence. And by the look of things, for the most part, he hits that length very often. Would have taken into assessment the nature of this wicket. This one just misses. Almost chopped it on. Sanjay Krishnamurthy. And don't play the pressure, son. Hang in there.
Yeah, this could have gone anywhere in reality. He's hammered it into his front foot, and the ball has then got so much spin on it, it could have literally gone in any direction, and it somehow evades the leg stump. That's why we saw the reaction from Jamar Hamilton that we did. Cutter, it was nicely picked by Krishnamurthy, and he'll get his first boundary.
Yet again, erring in length on loan. Slightly back of a length, and on this wicket where the ball's sitting up, you want to stay away from back of a length. You want to hit more good length. Almost wanting them to play off the front foot. Because batters who assess this wicket will be sitting back and trying to access the square boundaries, and that's exactly what Sanjay Krishnamurthy has done.
Just wants that fielder at mid-wicket straighter. He's quite tight in there still. Suspect the line length should be a touch of a correction. That's exactly where he wanted it. Now, just the second time in the season that Narayan has gone for 16 and an over. First time was up in Grand Prairie of Finn Allen. This time it's all about Matt Short.
All on the back foot, pretty much, except the last ball, and all proper cricket shots, very classical in nature. Just capitalized on every ball that gave him the opportunity, he pounced on it. Don't write the Unicorns off just yet, as long as the shot's panning out there.
There's a protection out there, so won't get to the rope. The misfield from Fabian Allen will allow a second. Superb season for Jason Holder. This was one of his standout performances. 3 for 33 in the last game. That was against the Super Kings in a game that ebbed and flowed both ways.
Yeah, he's been right up there. Rocky here and in the Cognizant MLC. It's been so good. It's all the difficult overs as well.
Chipped and agonisingly out of reach of the straight mid-wicket. I'll get through for a single, we'll make it 7 off the over. 31 for 2.
Sanjay Krishnamurthy getting under the number 4 on his bat, and across 31 for 2.
South African shirts on. Who are you guys here for? I know it's a sad story, but who are you guys here to support?
We came here to watch Luandre Pretorius. He's our guy. We love watching him bat.
Well, that means you have to come back at either tomorrow or Saturday. So we've guaranteed that you guys are coming back now.
Yeah, hopefully on Saturday, because that means they would have won today and made the final. And we're hoping to see 100 from Luandre.
100 from Luandre. We won't see it here. We'll see a boundary from the San Francisco Unicorns. They've come from California, but hopefully for them, they'll get to see Luandre one more time. How far of a drive do you guys have to make?
Yeah, it's about a 4-hour drive up here, but we're happy to do it. It's 2 years ago, I had to fly to Dallas to go watch Major League Cricket, so it's nice that it's just a short drive to come and watch some of the best players in the world.
We love having the playoffs over on the West Coast. Now, to my left, I've got Nico Golan. Now, Nick Hill's been trying to teach us some lessons. I don't know if he's an actual professor, but you have someone who can actually teach us a lesson, eh?
Yeah, I haven't been the best at math. I don't know if Nick Hill is the best at math, but we have an expert right here to my left. You're a math teacher. How did you get involved with cricket?
I became obsessed with all things English in England, and this was the quintessential sport, so I had to check it out.
Yeah, and you're a math teacher. Do you teach your students? Do you get them involved with cricket at all?
I've really tried to get the baseball players involved. I've brought my bat to school. I have a practice ball and a real ball. And they always say that real ball is harder than a baseball, and they don't use mitts. And I'm like, I know.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different sport, but other than math, you're a big fan of the arts and crafts. We see this flag here, if we can just get them on the camera. On the bottom, I see Xavier Bartlett, number 19. Obviously, you're a big fan. Why? Why is that?
I just love him.
Yeah, there's a 4 as well. Continue about why do you like him so much?
I just think he's one of the most underrated fielders. He's a great bowler, and he's just a great guy. He seems really like a nice person.
Yeah, talking about great guys, I heard you're a fan of someone on our commentary panel.
Oh, Danny Morrison. He is my favorite. He actually taught me a lot about cricket.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, Danny, you're probably going to have to get out here and have some good convos with Virginia here, but back up to you.
Come on, Daniel, pick up.
Yes, we had a dinner date, and I passed on a lot of good information, as well as a drink of water.
Important runs here for Matt Short after that rather wretched start. 1 for 1, 1 for 2. And here they are, 40 for 2 and going nicely. Off the edge, and it'll go for 4.
Not quite intentional. The captain will take it nonetheless, and here's a great opportunity for both Short and young gun Krishnamurti, the man from Oregon. Local talent for the USA. Now, can they get stuck in here? Partnership's now 43, given the calamity at the top there. Both openers gone.
$44 for 2. Yeah, Brazilian side, a good team. This Unicorn side looking to claw their way back into the game here. Yeah, the VTEX leading run scorers. Matt Short creeping up there. He's up to 324. Been so good as well with the bat. Luandre Pretorius, no runs for him. It's been fun to watch. Seifert, his time is done. But Monroe with the half century today. And we'll see Mitch Owen later on. Chadley van Schalkwijk. So good for the US of A, and been very good for the LA Knight Riders as well. Is a wicket taker in a rich vein of form, which continues. Yeah, he'll go for runs here and there, as would be expected in this format, but will contribute with a wicket too. I'd absolutely love for him to break this partnership, which is 43 from 28, having started so well in defense of what seems a mammoth 187.
Yeah, I'd say that, Pom. It is, because given the nature of the surface, it's a day game, it's quite dry. The players have been saying that it's on the slow side.
Shot. Oh, yes. A fantastic shot that. Sanjay Krishnamurti with 6 of the best.
Yeah, the crack of a cannon. Certainly got a massive chunk of it. Listen to that. 259 feet. Yeah, very sweet indeed. And long may it continue here for the Unicorns. 50 up now for those in orange and blue.
Yeah, gone again. This time it won't go over the ropes. One bounce and it'll go for 4. A young talent who probably this season hasn't quite come to life. Here he is, playing well at just the right time.
Oh, shatters. He's under the pump. .64. So he's got to claw his way back in this over, has Shadley van Schalkwyk. But this is humming along and needs to grow even more. They need to really put on 3 figures if they're going to have much of a chance here in this first playoff.
This time offside. And it's gone all the way too. Superb striking by Sanjay Krishnamurti.
I just want to check this upstairs if it is. Yep. Fully smashing into the boundary cushion. Thank you, Gregory. Mr. Braffett. Well done, sir. Look, he's raced to 30. He was only striking at a runner ball moments ago. He was 14 from 14. Now look at him.
Excellent shot.
Boys.
It bolstered that onside with just the 2 fielders out that side, so needed to be straight on the stumps, and bowls that wide and is punished. Maximum punishment.
Get it. Lovely.
18 off. What a power play for the Unicorns. 62 for 2.
Yeah, much needed, that little shift and turnaround in the Lexus power play for the Unicorns. 18 off that final power play over. Very handy in the pursuit of 188.
Jolted right at the start with the dismissal of 2 heavy hitters in Pretorius and Allen, and it looked ominous really for the Unicorns, but here's a sorting out that's going on. 61 from 33, the partnership. They must now face up to Andre Russell. In the gap, we'll be back for a second. It's now the Los Angeles Knight Riders who are looking for an answer. the remitly leading wicket takers, and Andre Russell is up there, 18 wickets. He's run in this season. Matt Short, 29 from 17. He's got 17 wickets in the season. We saw him also on the leading run scorer charts.
Yeah, exciting young talent. He's only 23 years young. Born in Oregon. Had him at the pitch report. He said, yeah, look, we know it's going to be a little slow and it's different from under lights in the daytime. And this lovely innings was under lights in Pomona recently. Thoroughly enjoying himself and great opportunity here now.
By the handle. That's horrible. He's thinking of throwing Andre Fletcher as he tries to gather, transfer from left to right to then throw to the non-strikers. Never ever getting hold of it. Yeah. Short and Krishnamurti. Equal contributions, really. Good adjustment. And catching up with the ball as it, and it didn't quite come up to what he expected. Here's a look at this Lexus power play.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Pom. Two heavy hitters, the big guns, the two openers, both getting north. And look at the celebration. Pop that in the replay locker. The cracker. Fletcher looked like the Riddler out of that Batman movie, didn't he? But this is some striking now as we move further deeper into the power play. Brilliant. Yeah, one of my favourite genres, that slapstick Batman series. And you think about Jim Carrey playing the Riddler. Think about, I think, big Arnold Schwarzenegger was Mr. Freeze. Yeah, good stuff.
Seven off. 69 for 2.
Change of bowler, left arm over.
Yep, it's the business end now of the Cognizant Major League. Season 4. Narayan 2 for 19. Got the 2 wickets that have fallen. And now to the rest. What can they bring? Can they break this partnership? They need to. My LaRue. Routine of his first over. Be better than that and look to try and create a chance that hopefully can be taken. They do have the cushion of quite a lot of runs on the board, and so a wicket shifts the game back to them, because it'd be difficult for a new batter coming in to get going straight away.
I say there's some quite lovely timing between these two, and that's why you mentioned it, Pom. Yeah, they really do want to shift this partnership, break it up. Can Kami LaRue do that now for the LA Knight Riders? And on the other side, let's just see if they can keep going, these two, Short and Krishnamurti. The owners will be hoping so.
Yeah, past 1,000 runs, Matthew Short. Cognizant Major League Cricket. Been really good. A lot of responsibility, bat top order and bowl and the power play. Captain the side. Here he is with the big job on his hands. 117 more to get, and not so simple from here. Even though they look very much like they're ahead here, you've got to factor in the Rovman Powell onslaught. Nice shot. Fielder up in the circle, and having struck the ball and found the fielders in the circle a couple of times, decides to go aerial.
Name the movie. Get Shorty. You got to. Because if you don't, he'll do this to you all afternoon. Oh, tasty. Up and over. His 7th boundary for. Delightful. Timing is exquisite from Short and Krishnamurti of late.
Shot for one. Yeah, they're both looking pretty good. 8 done, 76 for 2.
$112 left to get for the Unicorns. At home for the first time in the playoffs. And they're brewing up a partnership here with Short and Krishnamurti, both in the 30s. So it's Dre Russ who's on in the 9th. Impressive partnership that's come on the board here for the Unicorns.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see these guys put a partnership on. Obviously, we've got the experience of Short and the captaincy. Obviously, Krishnamurti has played a few seasons now, so he's comfortable. But he's looking good here, mate. He's playing his shots on a tricky wicket. It's nice to see this partnership flourish.
You take a look at this season. It's been not the one he would remember, but that 48 in Pomona. That's where he's getting his confidence, and that's a shot of confidence, straight as you like.
Such a classical player. It's going to come on the screen right now. Such an outstanding base. Over pitch in the slot by Russell. It's just a punch back down the ground. Very good cricket shot. He looks in fine form here, does Krishnamurti.
And Krishnamurti's done this before. Has come in and had to kind of save an innings for the Unicorns. You go back to 2024, trying to reclaim that form. Remember, he scored that his first MLC half century that day against the Washington Freedom when Finn Allen got out first ball. And he had to do it in 14 overs, chasing a score upwards of 170, Liam.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he was so new to the game, professional game at that point, and he took the weight on his shoulders, and he was outstanding. I played the game, so I was seeing it firsthand how good he was against the best bowlers in the world. And him coming in now, from ball one, he looks aggressive, he looks positive, he doesn't go into his shell, and that's a sign of a good young player with a big future ahead of him.
He'd come into Major League with a bit of form behind him, playing in King City in the ODIs up in Canada for the USA. Just wasn't able to carry that form, but peaking at the right time. This is just the first of the day here, Liam. out here in San Francisco in the Oakland Coliseum. We finally got playoffs, and here we are. Washington Freedom taking on MI New York, a repeat, a rematch of last year's final in the Eliminator right after this 6:30 p.m. local time. Can't write it.
Such a huge game. Some of the best players in the world are going to be here tonight playing against each other. Unicorns 85 for 2.
Yeah, speaking of that game back in 2024 where the Freedom posted 174 in a rain-shortened contest, Unicorns would end up winning that. Liam, you would have fond memories, but it was Finn Allen undone by a spinner in Akil Hussain, and then Krishnamurthy scores 79 unbeaten off of 42 to win it.
Honestly, that was his introduction to professional cricket in my eyes. He was so special in the way he played. I remember he played a one-handed shot over point that went for 6. I've not seen anything like that. So yeah, special talent, special skill, and an amazing future ahead of him.
Pummeled from short. It's his 13th consecutive double-digit score in Major League Cricket, and he is just growing with every single shot.
This is Matt Short's shot down to a tee. He's one of the best in the world off his hip. So good at doing that pickup open blade. Such a powerful player on the leg side, and he's looking in good form along with Sanjay here. This is a nice partnership building.
After all the dancing for the Knight Riders, it's conversations from them. How does Carmine respond? He's changed the angle. He's come over the wicket now. Look at LaRue. He's in for Ali Khan. He's trying to kind of earn his stripes to continuously play in these playoffs, Liam.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he showed some skill here. It's a different look with the left arm over, left arm round the wicket, bowling cutters, bowling into the pitch from a different angle. But you're right, Ali Khan has bowled well. Carmi LaRue will be looking to take some wickets here.
I tell you what, the San Francisco Unicorns would be banging their head because this innings changed the complexion of the game. 50 off of just 15, the second fastest half century in MLC. What a privilege we had to watch this.
Absolutely. An innings like that changes any game. On a game like this where the wicket's slow and he comes in and changes that, obviously put a target of 188, which is difficult here. They've started off well here, but it's going to get trickier. So that knock was so important in the back end of that innings for LA Knight Riders.
Give credit to the Unicorns for fighting back. You look at that required run rate, 9.29. It's under the current. Long ways from 3 for 2.
I think that counter punch of Sanjay and Matt Short has done an outstanding job. Now they can try and just read the game, look to hit the gaps, and they'll hit the bad ball. That little section there was such a great piece of cricket by the SF Unicorns.
The Unicorns have only lost 1 game in Oakland this season. Feeling very confident at home are the men in orange. Calls for 2. They will get it. Excellent running to close off the 10th over. Close of 10. It's 95 for 2. Well, you look at this batting card, Liam Plunkett. You wouldn't want those first 2. None from one, none from one. A golden duck twice. But Short and Krishnamurthy have fixed it.
Two of the best players in the competition for the Unicorns out for a duck. But Matt Short and Sanjay Krishnamurthy have come in and put in an outstanding partnership. Sometimes that pressure shifts across to number 3 and 4, and they have to stand up and score runs, and that's what they do in here. It's been a clever partnership, a counter punch early, and then a kind of accumulating some runs with some quick singles and also a 2, which is few and far between on this wicket.
Look at the bowlers. It was the first over from Narayan that changed the game. 2 for 19. That first over, he went 2 for 3. But after that, you haven't seen the wickets. Holder's been economical, but the Unicorns have done well in reconciliation.
You have seen Kami, Shadley and Russell have struggled a little bit. We need them guys to come to the party, try and break that partnership.
Well, there was the first one that broke it, the opening partnership. And then the other opener, Finn Allen, gone just a couple deliveries later. It was the Knight Riders dancing around. But then, this partnership just slowly found their footing. And then Matt Short, he started it against Narayan. And then Krishnamurthy joined in with his powerful blows as well.
Matt Short played Narayan beautifully there. He waited on the back foot and was more of a punch, didn't try to overhit it, hitting the gaps, hitting the ball hard. And obviously then, after that, both of them came in hitting beautiful cricket shots.
Two batters in the 40s. Again, the way this one started, it felt like it could have been LAKR just riding into the final, but Unicorns said not so fast.
Yeah, you're looking at 49 and 41. One of these has got to go on and finish not out to win this game. That's what you want as your main players, to go through, take the pressure off the batsman coming in. But yeah, great partnership, looked promising after 10 overs. The Unicorns 95 for 2.
Look at that run rate. The red line is climbing up, and keeping those dots away will be the key for the Unicorns in the last stage. So during the break, Jason Holder, he's just trying to get his men up and about, understanding the situation. This is the playoffs. It's the first time LAKR in the playoffs. After that strong start, I think he would have just felt a bit of complacency setting in. And this is the animation behind their leader.
I love to see that. Also, he might not be talking about the bowling. He might be talking about the energy in the field. Walk in like old school, attack the ball. Let's be aggressive, make some noise, and support the bowlers.
Inside edge. Ben Skolkovic's been handed this responsibility. You look at what the Knight Riders have done this season. Well, they've struggled in the West Coast, no doubt about it. They've only won the one game in California this season, haven't won a single game at the Oakland Coliseum.
I think it was tricky with their power hitters in the first round here with how slow the pitch was, but they've adapted well, and that's how it today. 2 great innings, Russell and Powell, outstanding.
Nikhil Uttamchandani, he's out and about. Where you got, Nikhil? Who you got with you?
I've got Alex Hills with me, a man who sometimes we see fielding at this very position because of his height. Alex, first of all, massive congratulations. We know you return home for the birth of your child. Congrats. How does it feel to be, you're already a father, but I think second one or first?
No, it's number one.
First.
Yeah,
Congrats,
first
man.
one, yeah.
How does it feel?
No, incredible. It's such a special feeling. Just it's difficult to put into words. Like holding your newborn baby, it's almost like nothing else matters in the world at that specific time. So, him and Mum are both very healthy, so that's all we can ask for.
What about the experience of having a newborn baby in the middle of a tournament?
Yeah, it was unexpected. He was due on the 23rd of July, so he was restless, couldn't sit still like his old man, so he decided to make an appearance early. It was a shame to miss it. It was a long way back to Cape Town, but really special to spend that first week with him and Mum.
It'll be a 50 for Matt Short, his first of the season, and he's had a really consistent season, over 200 runs this year, nearing the 300 mark, and the captain looks good in this run chase. Alex, you haven't featured this year. You were with the team last year, obviously, as you see the bat raise from Short and congratulated by his teammates. How have you contributed sort of off the field and on the golf course as well?
Yeah, that's been me. I've been golf coordinator for the trip. Yeah, it's been, it's a shame not to have played, but I think Munners and Fletch have done so well at the top. So fair play to them. It's been a great opening partnership. So yeah, obviously you want to play as much as you can, but to see what those guys have done and to see the way we're playing as a team is pretty good. So if I get a chance, great, but if not, more than happy to be here in the finals.
I see Captain Jason Holder behind you. How has the group been in terms of morale, in terms of confidence, and the way you guys have gone through the season?
Yeah, it's been sky high, to be honest, because the last few years we've really struggled as a franchise in this comp, and to come out and play the way we have done throughout this comp's been really good. And I missed the LA leg, which I think we lost 2 out of the 3 there. So I kind of missed the tough times we had, and then came back and we've won every game since I've been back. So a little bit of a lucky charm there.
Alex, big thing outside of just this, we obviously congratulated Kyron Pollard for reaching the all-time T20 run scores. You look down on that list, you're at number 4 and you're less than 300 runs behind him. Is that something you're keeping an eye on, all-time career runs?
A little bit, like before this comp I think I was second before this comp. And then, yeah, Polly's just gone on a massive heater, hasn't he? He's been unbelievable, so he's going to take some catching up now. I said that to Bravo at the start when he didn't pick me. I was like, maybe you're just protecting Polly and Gale there.
I love that.
Yeah, no, I've still got an eye on it, like I'd love to. I still feel like I've got a few good years left in me, so yeah, hopefully I can start in the CPL in a couple of weeks.
It's your countrymen, Butler, Gale and Pollard. Where do you want to finish? Do you want to be one?
Oh, I'd love to, yeah, it'd be unbelievable. I mean, even if I did get there, I don't think it'll last very long. I mean, the younger players now are playing so much T20 cricket, and there's some ridiculously good players around. So I'd love to just have a little sniff of first for a little bit and then see what happens. But those guys are going to take some catching now.
Before you go, tell me how you win this game. With all your experience, how do you win this game and get to the final?
I think if Sonny can come in and bowl a real tight couple of overs, maybe pick up a wicket and get that run rate up to 12s, 13s, then we've got a chance. But it looks like the pitch has got a lot better. There's been no sort of hold or up and down bounce like we had when we batted. So yeah, if we can manage to win with the tougher of conditions, it'd be a great effort.
Top man, thanks very much for your time. Enjoy some golf this week.
Will do, thank you.
Good to hear from Alex Hales. He won't like the sight of this as Matthew Short has gone big.
What makes this so good is the way that he's played. He ran down the wicket, opened the blade, kept his shape and hit it over long off. A great shot, timed the ball well, on not the best service. Outstanding shot, great skill from a guy who looks in great form.
Again in the gap here from Matt Short. This will be the first time the Unicorns have had a 100-run partnership for the 3rd wicket. Just speaks of the quality of the 2 batters in the middle.
It does, off 66, 105 off 66 balls, outstanding partnership. As I said, you need one of these guys to kick on here. They still need 82. It's not going to be that easy. One of these guys stays till the end, they should win this game.
Point there about needing 82. That's where the late surge from Robin Powell is going to prove costly. And how costly will it prove is yet to be seen. Lifted and lifted into the gap. It will trickle for 4.
Yeah, I think they'll be wanting more balls like this, short and wide. Poor execution, Bakami LaRue. He'd be disappointed with that. I think he's actually rolled his fingers on that, but slightly wide, just sticks up in the pitch. And that's bread and butter for Sanjay Krishnamurthy, who plays a fine shot over point, rolls away for 4.
Bang! Absolutely stunning from Krishnamurthy. He'll just get the single. But you can see he's in form. He's got a lot of familiarity with Carmine LaRue as well, both of whom in minor league cricket play for the East Bay Blazers. Krishnamurthy would be the captain of LaRue there.
Yeah, playing together in minor league, but also how many times they've battled each other in the nets over and over again. They know each other very well.
Good over for the San Francisco Unicorns. They'll take 13 from over 12. It's 112 for 2.
A late surge from Powell, 50 off 15, took the Knight Riders 187. The Unicorns early trouble with Narayan's genius And for now, partnership brings them back to the 112.
Well, 76 needed off 48s. Sunil Narayan was bowling his first 2 overs. I did not think that the Unicorns would be in this position in any way, shape or form, but this third wicket partnership has turned it all around. Narayan back now.
Oh, ball king, ball king.
And Liam, it's going to be fascinating to see how they approach these 2 remaining overs of Sunil Narayan.
Yeah, the way Short played him was excellent. He sort of waited on the back foot and kind of punched the ball into the gaps. But he's in now, so are they just going to play him, no risk, knock it around or attack him?
Just got a fraction short, didn't he, in that second over, and pardon the pun, Matt Short capitalised upon that. Krishnamurthy tends to take the more aggressive options. The 4 boundaries Short had hit were all conventional classical cricket strokes. A real chance Krishnamurthy to show his quality yet again.
Shadow. Bowling king, bowling king.
It's also not about Narayan taking wickets. It's the pressure he builds that puts the he dot balls, pressure on the batsman that makes them play a shot potentially against another bowler, Lenny, that creates the wickets.
Oh, yours king. Ball king.
Yeah, it's such a good point you make, and that's something you can't see in the statistics. You can't assess as to the pressure that he builds at one end that then piles up and leads to an errant stroke or an overly aggressive stroke against the bowler at the far end. Good over thus far, only 1 from it.
Ball king, ball king.
Well played back down the ground for a single, takes him to 49. The thing also, Lenny, is sometimes you play the man and not the ball, and it's quite hard not to do that. But an experienced player, you look at the ball, not who's bowling it, and try and execute. If it's short, try and smack it. If it's full, try and smack it, and respect the ball. That is good.
Excellent over from Narayan, just 3 from it, but crucially for the Unicorns, the 2 batters survive. 115 for 2. How do you assess the position now? 73 to enough 42. About 10 and over required. Unicorns in the driving seat, or could be closer than that?
I think so. You need one of these guys, I said previously, to kick on, to stay in here, to potentially finish not out or somewhere close to. It's the 19th over. But they're both set here. Obviously, the tricky overs of Narayan, you need to get through 1 more of him and then navigate the other guys and be aggressive potentially.
Glorious scene that surrounds the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, the host for all 4 of our playoff games for the first time in Cognizant MLC. Jason Holder is going to return. Field is spread, lots of protection on the leg side in particular. So Short goes up and over the offside and will get 4. Trump did all the hard work but couldn't complete the stop.
Yeah, he looks in good form here, does Matt Short. I think it was a bad placement. It was an off-cutter, but it was not either too short, too full. It was there to get hit, and he stands up tall and flat bats it over short cover. Them young legs, Trump should have stopped that, but it goes away for 4. Good shot from Short.
Good stop this time, 3-run save by Andre Russell. Well, I said you couldn't prove it statistically in terms of the pressure that Narayan applies, but somehow, Rodders, our man here, has found a way to do that. 14 times this season, the over after Narayan has bowled, there's been a wicket taken in the next over. So that just gives you a little indicator as to how impressive this man is, both in terms of his economy, his own wicket-taking ability, and then the pressure he applies for his side.
Then it looks like it's moving over. It looks like they're trying to make a move here, score some boundaries, and take the pressure off the back end. If they can hit a few boundaries here the next over, then all they need to do is smart cricket to win this game, to get them through to the final day.
Slight hold up in play here, not from the Knight Riders, just the umpire, Gregory Brathwaite, asking. That's going to be 50 for Sanjay Krishnamurthy. An innings that he will savour in his home part of the world, and the Coliseum rises to him. It's his third in Cognizant MLC history, but his first this season.
Yeah, he's looked good the last few innings from LA when he took his team to the winning, and also he got a 20 or 30, but now 50 here in rough conditions against one of the best bowlers in the world. Soaked up that pressure, hit some great boundaries, and built this partnership with his skipper Matt Shaw. He'd be looking to kick on here, but so far he's looked great.
And as is the modern way for Krishnamurthy, it's come in good time too, striking at 140. 5 4s and 2 6s. Oh, the perfect Yorker, everything but the off stump being kissed there. By no means saying it's his very best innings I've ever seen, but given some of the struggles he's had this season, I think he's played really brightly, and it's been a crucial knock for the Unicorns.
What I did like about him, he didn't just come in and start nurdling it around. He was aggressive and he looked to score. If you don't look to score against the best players in the world, you're going to get out. What he looked to do is rotate the strike, give Matt Short the strike against Narayan, and be positive. And here we go, 50 off 36 with some classical shots. It looks so easy when he hits the ball well.
Great to see the USA stars shining again on the biggest domestic stage they have here. 14 bowled on 23 for 2. I think everyone involved in American cricket has known an awful lot about Sanjay Krishnamurthy for a long time, and I think the fact that he was called into American colours for the first time as a teenager 5 years ago now, that was in Oman in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. Looks a completely different unit though, doesn't he? He's changed his game. It's much stronger, much stockier. Someone who has got a very high ceiling indeed. I think Sanjay Krishnamurthy could end up being a sort of generational player for the USA.
Even a few years back, I've actually got a text of Bert Cochler, used to be the strength and conditioning coach for MLC. He was always one of the hardest worker. A freaky athlete, to be honest with you, and he loves it. He loves the grind, he loves to work hard, hit balls, but also the S&C side is passion for him.
Now here's the final over of Sunil Narayan. Chris Taylor decides not to give that a wide, with Krishnamurthy coming so far across his stumps, I think. I'm not sure if it clipped the pad. Just because he's walked across, given that leeway. Well, that's one of the shots of the day. A perfect cover drive, held his shape beautifully, and gets 4 off Narayan.
Such a great shot against Narayan, who is very dangerous. He waits for that right under his arc, and he smokes it with kind of a horizontal bat mix. Great shot along the carpet for 4 runs. It shows you how confident he is right now and how well he's hitting the ball.
Just wonder what the approach is going to be this over. Were they to play out 3 more dots, it'd be 61 to win off 30. So that's exactly 2 a ball, pretty much. There will be other overs they can target. Panchkal Quake is someone they might look at having a go at. Brave stroke, given only 2 balls left of Narayan, and sure, probably lucky to get the toe end of it.
Maybe they're thinking they're just going to see me off. Like, maybe they're just going to see me off. And he's like, no, I'm going to counter strike and try and pump you into the stand. Bottom edge, didn't go far. So all is good for the Unicorns.
Short and the Unicorns survive. Just the two openers next to Narayan's name, but a fantastic spell nonetheless. 4 overs, 2 for 28 for Narayan. It's 129 for 2.
Look at the LA Knight Riders bowling card. Narayan outstanding again. 2 early wickets for 28. Holder on for 16, bowled nicely. It's just the other 3 who struggled to help the team. Not for 43 of Kami LaRue.
Saw Holder in deep discussion with DJ Bravo in the last over. I wonder, was that an implicit tactic though, to get LaRue bowled out early? I know his figures maybe not the best. He'll trust Russell at the death. I think the 2 overs of Hans Kalkvik will be the 2 that the Unicorns will look at and say, how can we try to take him down? Particularly given how well Sanjay Krishnamurthy knows his American national teammate. Required run rate the highest it's been really throughout the entirety of the chase. 11.8 needed per over, best part of 2 runs per ball. Here's Jason Holder for his 4th and final. This is building up to be a great finish, Liam Plunkett.
It is, and we've seen some good ones. What I like about Shadley, though, even when he's under the pump, he still keeps himself in the game. We've seen it when he got hit for a few sixes, then picked up 2 wickets and over in Dallas. Then he changed the game. So I don't mind him getting the ball at the back end because he'll fight every single ball and try and win the game for the Knight Riders.
Do have to remember 8 wickets in hand for the Unicorns, though, as well. Hardy's probably not at the greatest season with the bat, but Hassan Khan has had real impact of late. Hamad Azam back into the team today with that innings of 40 earlier in the comp too. Definitely batting to come, but they just don't want that required rate, which is now over 12s. They don't want it getting to 14s, 15s.
I think to your point, I think they need to make a move here. 57 of 28 is no easy ask. Just looking at that batting lineup, Hardy, to your point, not many runs, but you have Hassan, Hamad and Couch. I think Bartlett will hit ahead of Couch. There's still some strength in this batting order, but it might not be that easy to start when you get in, unless you're Rodman Powell.
I wonder if Hassan Khan will come above Aaron Hardy as well, given again just how their last few individual innings are going. Spot on Rodman Powell, different gravy. Now not going to be given as a wide again. Umpire giving Holder the leeway because he's walked before the delivery has been bowled across his stumps.
I think this, as your point, it's going to be a cracker. This 57, just showing this again. He walks right across. Good decision, I think. I'm a bowler, and a magnificent decision. Great umpiring.
Pumped down the ground. Really good stop. And it's going to be 2 runs saved, creating half a chance of a run out as well. Excellent from Van Schalkwijk, just as you were talking about, Liam. Always giving 100%.
These are the guys you want in your team. Will fight every single ball in the field with a bat and ball. Excellent. Not the youngest, but still as fit as they come. Outstanding fielding, throws back in, even with a chance of a run out. But good running by Sanjay Krishnamurthy to get in.
2 big balls, these two. He sense something's going to happen here. Is this going to be a chance? No, it's not. We'll soar all the way for 6, straight into the side screen. He just sensed something had to give. It was going to be a wicket or a maximum. Short says downtown means 6 more.
I think Holder will be disappointed. He went with the cutter, and I think he's just floated it up a bit too much. He didn't bowl it into the pitch. And then Matt Shaw got a good piece. It wasn't a full piece, but enough to send it over the side screen for 6 bits.
It would have been interesting at the other end. Would have been a chance potentially. Goes to the cutter again. It's a full treatment now. Krishnamurthy's been quick. Has he been quick enough? Should have got home, but Holder thinks he might have a chance here. No doubt we're going to go upstairs. The bat's got stuck in the turf.
Leslie to Ajay, we have a run-out review at the bowler's end. Can I have your best side-on angle, please? Okay, bat hasn't crossed the line. Just take it back. All right, batter is short. Take it back, Ajay. Okay, the bat has bounced before the line. Okay, I'm satisfied. I'm ready to make my decision for the big screen.
Safe.
Forward, forward, forward. His hand is across the line. Satisfied and ready to make my decision for the big screen.
As tight a call as you could imagine, but the correct decision has got to not out. It's 141 for 2.
Well, this partnership continues. It's 140 from 93. My word. The old heart rate racing for Krishnamurti, who got his blade stuck edge of one of the drop-in pitches. Just shows you, youngsters, you've got to slide your blade on one of the actual pitches that are shaven. Ba, 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 ba. More of it. Well, Krishnamurti and Short are having an afternoon to remember here, Pommy and Bungwa.
Another beauty. He helped onto that onside and all the way for 6. What a partnership this is. Up to 146 off just 94.
I didn't quite get all of it, so take one and be happy. Well, it's the partnership. Well, look, I don't want to put the mockers on these two, but 158 from Jacinda Singh and Nikki P, Mr. Poran. 158 for MI New York versus Seattle and Dallas last year. Also the highest ever in the Americas. It includes the USA, Canada, and the Caribbean. So can they go past that magical 158 from Jacinda Singh and Nicholas Pora from last year? What a time to do it if they can.
Yeah, an excellent partnership. It really has been. Made even better by the fact that they come together with just one run on the board and 2 wickets down. If you're short to them, they'll absolutely lambaste you, as they've done right there. Been happy to find the boundary square and to go for 6s as well.
Yeah, just been enlightened also that Sanjay Krishnamurti's gone past 1,000 T20 runs now. Very good for the young fellow and his development for the USA. Showing a very calm and mature head on young shoulders is this fellow. Their confirmation, thank you graphics. So the Freedom. And they'll be coming in shortly, so the Unicorns are happy with them, but the Freedom are coming with MI very shortly. It's a very good Yorker because it's right on that line, going about the blue line as a guide. looking forward to the next match, Pom.
Yeah, there was a conference between bowler and captain and Bravo. Coach is always there and thereabouts with suggestions. How can we shift this? How can we break this partnership? Decided round the wicket and Yorkers. They've been troubleshooting for a long time. 98 balls as this pair has gone to work, first of all to repair and then to dominate. And they have, to a large degree, been well in charge of the game here. And because the ground is a small one and they can hit sixes, 2 balls not bad. Yeah, they'll get a couple here and take 11 off that over and stay right in touch at 152 for 2.
Sun getting a little lower on the axis. It's 9 minutes away from 6 p.m. here local time, and they've been treated, the fans that have made it in here know it's a midweek match. First of the playoffs. Qualifier 1 in Cognizant Major League Cricket for 2026, and the fans that have turned up have seen a right royal bit of entertainment. 151 from 99 this partnership between Matt Short and Sanjay Krishnamurti. Mentioned that record, it's not that far away. It's only 7 runs away to go past 158. We're going to have old Shadley van Skolkwijk. The asking is bang on 2 runs a ball. Prizes catch it in the mean. Yeah, well taken, well judged. Coming in with the setting sun. Is that Tromp? He's done a wonderful thing here. Kept his eye on the ball and taken a good catch.
Shadley van Skolkwijk once again takes important wickets, doesn't mind bowling these cutters. He'll sometimes just hold across that seam and look for variation in the wicket. It's fortunate there. He generally hit those. Krishnamurti through his innings. Yeah, that's what it does. The Unicorns were going well. What a partnership it was. 151 from 100 balls. Krishnamurti with 65 from 47 played really well. The Unicorns 36 away. They're 152 for 3.
Aaron Hardy, capable fellow. Lovely through that offside and very good straight down the ground. Another tall fellow. So let's see if he can get going now with his captain. But yeah, that reaching of that right arm around the wicket and the cutters and made Krishnamurti just fetch a little. That's all it was, just enough. And the slice of the blade on ball allowed van Skolkwijk to celebrate. At a wicket and a single. That's all in this over. Captain, look out umpires. Matthew Short. He's still hungry for more. 31 from 15 required.
Fabulous shot. Looking to get across there and make sure that he can get enough bat on it with that angle across him.
Oh, Skip with the fumble. Holder, it's a long way down to reach. And they do manage to burgle a couple, so it means he keeps the strike, which is paramount for the Unicorns.
Yeah, significant. You see the rush there, the pressure is all in an attempt to get the new batter to be on strike so you can bowl more at him, as he is not accustomed just yet to the conditions, having just walked in.
Oh, handy, very handy for the team cause.
The wicket will have given the Los Angeles Knight Riders the belief that they've got an opening, and they've got to work well to use the opening, because if they don't get Matt Short off strike, and he'll sort out the little business they have, as he's well in control with 88 from 56 and tough to contain currently.
Hashtag the movie again. And they haven't as yet. He's on that bingo score. 88 from 56. Yeah, everyone's just a little on edge. 28 from 14. Thinking 2. Yeah, it's into a gap. Easy 2. It's turning out to be quite a good over, given there's an extra ball. And that'll be key, the extra delivery in this over.
Yeah, and with each delivery, there can be such a swing. Whether you're talking 1 run or you're talking 4 or 6. And even made even more so if there is a wide or no ball.
Good from you, Palm. You've willed that on. Stop it. But yeah, just again underlines what you're on, the point you're making, the pressure that goes on the bowler to see it out and then try and execute what he's trying to do, which is the wide line Yorker.
And he'll come and try and do it again. If he comes closer, he's in danger of going out the ground for 6. Happy with 1 to keep the strike. And 12 off the over is exactly where they need to be. It's 164 for 3.
Oh, who'd be a coach? No fingernails left. Tension. Cameron White, he's coach of the Unicorns, and of course Dwayne Bravo, coach of the LA Knight Riders. Both had good long careers in T20.
Yeah, 1 at 1 for 2. Yeah, wanting to be the fielding side. Should just be a single. And if we ask the question, right, who do you want to be now? 3 down, man in on 92. 23 to get.
See, in a perfect world, I would have gone with Finn. Alan, you have to face up. You're more experienced. You're the right-hander against Narayan. Loving the celebration as ever with these two. But yeah, I just think, Finn Allen, you've got to take responsibility there and take the strike against someone like Sunil Narayan. Right arm specialist, he's a freak, we know he's a magician, but I just think the experience, and given what Pretorius gives you, we know he prefers pace on, he's only 20 for goodness sake. So I just think maybe that's another thing they could think about. Should these two match up again? I mean, these two could end up playing the final, right, on Saturday. But let's see. Let's just see.
It no doubt would have been discussed. They'd have had a big chat about it. And the hitter said, and neither would want to shy away from it. So yeah, sure, especially as the youngster. Yep, I'll take him on.
Still round here, Dre Russ. Well bowled because he's trying to get it in the Yorker hole, the block hole we call it. And so now it's 21 from 9. It just gets squeezed that little bit more.
Yeah, that was after it had done the damage. And Matt Short able to put it away beautifully.
Yeah, very useful. So he sat back and waited. Those deliveries from Narayan. Dre, you right? Seen him go down like an heap like this and then get injured. The big hobble on, but he's okay, thankfully.
Fell heavily there. This is what's coming up, the Eliminator. Everything on it here. You lose, you go home. And you win, and you carry on to play the loser out of this qualifier. 18:30 Pacific time here at the Oakland Coliseum.
One thing's for sure, that next game we'll be hearing from Alicia Keys. Please. Oh, good work, the West Indians. It's a Powell and Holder. No good stuff. They're pumped here because they're now squeezing it. Only 5 from 5 balls, so they'll be happy about this, LA Knight Riders.
What a big delivery this is. It's humongous. It's a free hit basically for Aaron Hardy, who's on strike with Short at the other end. So he's got to try and get this away for 6, ideally for the San Francisco Unicorns. And for Dre Russ, it's been around a long time. Last delivery he's got to bowl. He's trying to not go for a boundary here.
Get the trumpeter on. Do-do-do. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Dre Russ. And they swap, means Hardy keeps the strike, not ideal. They're going to need 18 off the last. It's 170 for 3. Wow, just between the over break there, myself and Pommy Mbangwa were just talking about 6 off that penultimate over, 28 off Harris Ralphs. That is huge.
Yeah, but you sort of go back 6 or 7 or 8 balls, and each ball you're going, where's this going? With 12 and over required. Here's 6 balls now, 18, because the previous over has been absolutely fantastic. No boundary in it. A dot as well in that from Andre Russell.
So it's going to be Hardy up against Van Skalkwyk. It's wide. Hamilton thought it was okay, thought it was what the guideline, but Gregory Brathwaite is the man that matters.
You can't kid a kidder.
Oh, it's another one of those Hollywood lines. Brilliant.
He tried so hard. He went so wide to take it and then steps back and says, oh, well bowled.
Tries a catch it. Just one will be good because it gets Matt Short, who's on 93. And with the wide, we've still got 5 deliveries to go. So that's handy, real handy.
It's worked out okay, actually, in the end. He just thought, oh, with him not getting the strike, and it's going to be 1, 2 balls before he gets back there, but 2 runs and 16 to get and 5 balls. With him on 93, more times than not, you're back in the batter.
It's well bowled. This is really good from first Dre Russ, and now Van Skalkwyk's coming to the party with good Yorkers.
He does bowl at this time, bowls with the new ball sometimes, but is quite happy looking to bowl Yorkers at the end of the game, at the back end of the game. With 4 balls to go, still very much a case of a couple of hits. Yeah, wide and in the hole.
Skip! Yes, those big mitts. Holder holds on with a skimmer. That is huge. Not only is it the wicket, but it's also the dot ball.
Yep, that's the important part. The fact that it's a dot ball, the fact that it keeps Matt Short off strike. Yeah, looking with the angle to go across and to get into that block hole. Yeah, excellent work. Look at the sun shining into those glasses, and oh, I love a celebration, he says. So does Dwayne Bravo, the coach. Aaron Hardy in and out pretty quickly at a tough time. 173 for 4.
Hassan Khan, he's going to have to face up. Half an over to go here, the last. And yes, sir! Pressure back on the bowling side. More importantly, on Van Skalkbeek. 9 from 2 now.
Walk in, and there's a clear brief. Van Skalkbeek, who's been so good hitting that Yorker, misses and is pumped out the ground. Yep, there you go. It swings from ball to ball. This next delivery, well, the LA Knight Riders can't afford for it to go for a boundary.
Just that pace, isn't it? It was a great variety, Shadley Van Skalkbeek, but when you go in Yorker there, a lot of batters, and particularly good top middle order batters, will tell you this is a lovely pace. I keep thinking about Billy Idol. Speed, give me what I need. Ball on bat, it's going to disappear. Pressure now, this is exciting. Really is. The batter's having a conference. They're trying to get the ball back too. And now, Shatters, good luck.
Yeah, your options, it's always about what options you have, and he'd been working so well, and he'd have expected that wide with the ball in at that popping crease would be his best chance at a new batter. But you miss, you take the pitch out of play.
Bold, skimmer. Only one that's has to be done, because if there's no wide or no ball, 6 ain't good enough. Nowhere near. 6 doesn't even tie you. So this is why they're just taking a deep breath. Let's not get carried away. Just do not bowl a wide, or at least not a no ball, please.
Surely you just bowl over the wicket and just bowl at the stumps. Yeah, even off half a run. 8 to get. You got to make sure it's a legal delivery. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, and you wonder too, don't you? And I've spoken to players over this, particularly bowlers. How does it feel coming right arm round or right-handed? Does it feel comfortable for you? Some more than others, but I hear what you're saying, Pom. Get back to your right arm over, where you tend to bowl a better line and length, naturally more often. So maybe he's going to do that. There's certainly a lot of swapping and toing and throwing. Helmet comes off, because we don't want that to go past the keeper and become 5 if it hit the helmet. So here we are, last ball of the contest, the qualifier. Yeah, it can go for 6 or whatever, doesn't matter. Oh, well saved. Is that Rovers? Rovers with a bit of gymnastics and the celebration from the captain. And the Knight Riders, the first ever time they get into the playoffs, they're straight into a final, folks. They're in the grand finale on Super Saturday. That's why DJ Bravo is very animated and leaping and hugging his fellow coaches. What a big win this is. And take your hats off, particularly to Rodman Powell and Dre Russ, batting and bowling Dre Russ, but it's about Rodman batting in those death overs. Look at this. He has the final say, does Robbers. Woohoo! Oh, it is so fitting that he does this and saves a 6. Well done, Rodman Powell, and well done, the LA Knight Riders. They are straight into, as I mentioned a moment ago, the final on Saturday. Wow. He did say it. What's wrong with dreaming big? Dare to dream, says Jason Holder at the start of this tournament back in Dallas when they won a couple on the trot and said, hey, we want to win this. Brilliant.
Yeah, how good. So well done by Jason Holder and his men. So said and nearly done. They're into the final because they said we want absolutely everything. We're not here just to make the playoffs. We've got to go and try and win the whole thing. And if we miss, having aimed for those stars, we can perhaps land in the clouds. They're in the clouds already. Now one more reach to get the stars. Yeah, Watson and Bravo happy as ever. Powell and Holder so integral to this side and to this performance. Andre Russell, Colin Munro. Yeah, they came together, all of them senior players, and they've led the Los Angeles Knight Riders to a win by 7 runs in qualifier 1, and it sends them to the final of Cognizant Major League Cricket 2026.
Yeah, marvellous stuff here. We've seen qualifier 1 have a nice bit of tension about it. 2 big guns at the top, Pretorius and Allen, both for ducks, first ballers in fact, and then Short and Krishnamurti with that wonderful stand. Couldn't go past 158, but still breached 150 in the partnership. And when Krishnamurti got out, just changed the dynamics somewhat. The captain ended up 94 not out. And Hardy couldn't really get going. Hassan Khan hit a 6. And in the end, it just became a little bit too much.
What a partnership. Having been 1 run on the board and 2 wickets fallen, they come together, Short and Krishnamurti, and put on 151. However, they don't quite get there because whilst it looked they were cruising, these bowlers and the skipper held their nerve, and having broken the partnership, managed to restrict them. Only just, but still, it's the job done, and it gets them through to the final.
Oh yeah, and Christopher Henry Gale is here. Ambassador extraordinaire globally. Absolutely brilliant. Rightio, let's go and catch up with Nikhil Uttamchanda.
Matt, I know this must be incredibly difficult. Tough luck today. What are your immediate thoughts?
Probably let it slip away a little bit there. You know, credit to Rolfman there at the end of their innings. I think we gave him a few loose ones and he capitalised. It was a serious innings from him. Yeah, and then obviously got off to a bit of a rough start with a couple of wickets in the first over. But yeah, I think we clawed it back well there and put ourselves in a decent position. But again, credit to LA there, their bowlers there at the end. Nailed plenty of Yorkers and made it real tough for us.
Tell me how you and Sanjay Krishnamurti formed the blueprint after that shock in the first over.
Yeah, look, I think we just wanted to stick to what we were good at. Still react to the ball. Didn't want to create anything. Sonny's a ripper bowler there. You know, he's shown that all tournament. So he put the pressure on us early, and yeah, it's important for us to consolidate there. But yeah, it was a nice partnership, but yeah, couldn't get done.
You do play tomorrow. That's the benefit of finishing first. How do you see that game?
Oh, look, I haven't even thought about tomorrow. Yeah, we'll come back. We know what we need to do. We know the conditions now, so yeah, we'll reassess and go from there.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Yeah, take a breath. Matt Short played brilliantly. Christopher Henry Gale. He's Eddie everywhere on the circuit. What a life. Parties, private jets, first class. He deserves it, to be fair. The man was extraordinary.
Yeah, the universe boss, and he's going to hand over to Dre Russ. They know each other very well, of course. Jamaicans both. Quite a few of them about, actually. Yeah, the original T20 champion. So this is what has happened as far as the road to the championship is concerned. Los Angeles Knight Riders, who've never made it to the playoffs in the history of the tournament, they're in, and they'll wait and watch as the others do battle for an opportunity to play against them in the final. We're on to the eliminator today that will pit the Freedom against New York, and then it will be the Unicorns with the second bite at the cherry against whoever wins that eliminator to see who then goes on to July the 18th.
Wow, here come the big guns. Finn Allen and Luandre Patores. He was out first ball, bounced a bit, and then our friend Finn Allen succumbed there, first pill as well. Caught by Fletcher. And then you've got the Matt Short and Sanjay Krishnamurti show, putting on 151. Was quite brilliant, really.